coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from the Diamond. We're getting set for the finale of this three-game series between the Richmond Flying Squirrels and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Sabatas with you from Richmond, Virginia, as Bowie comes in red hot. I wouldn't necessarily say as hot as the temperatures. We've got a real feel of 109 approaching first pitch this afternoon, a true temp of 97 degrees with sunny skies, very few clouds to be seen, but you can still say Bowie is on fire right now. They've picked up the first two wins of this brief three-game set, a chance for their first series sweep of the season as they try to increase their lead in the season series with Richmond and maintain their supremacy atop the Southwest Division in the Eastern League. The pitching staff has been phenomenal for the Baysox. They secured the three-game series yesterday behind another two-run performance from the staff. Drew Rahm fired 5 scoreless innings while striking out 7 and only allowing 3 hits with no walks. Jensen Elliott and Connor Loprich each spun 2 innings of 1-run ball in relief to give Bowie the 3-2 win. And then, of course, prior to that, it was Brendan Hannafy, Adam Stauffer, Easton Lucas, and Clayton McGinnis combining for 2 runs allowed in Bowie's 4-2 win to open the set. It'll be Justin Armbruster getting the start today for the Baysox, his first start since his Double-A debut against Erie. It was just an unfortunate set of turns through the rotation that sidelined Armbruster, not necessarily sidelined him, but pushed him back into a long relief role for the Baysox. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But Bowie does have a lot of good things going their way into this game. They just need the offense to roll a little bit more in their favor. The Baysox have the best ERA in the Eastern League in the second half at 2.85. That's brought them all the way down to just 4.53 overall on the season, from worst in the league to just 5th worst in the league. It may not sound like much, but that is actually a lot in a 12-team league. Bowie has had some great starts as well. No starting pitcher has allowed more than 3 runs in a start since July 2nd. That's a span of 14 games. Armbruster will try to continue that today. Before we talk about Armbruster and the starting pitching matchup on a whole, let's get you set up with the numbers for today's game. As Bowie comes in for game number 88 on the season, a 40-48 mark, a 2-game winning streak. The Baysox are 7-3 over their last 10. And 17-27 when playing on the road. Richmond comes in for game number 90 on the season. They're 46-43 on the year, a 6-game losing streak, as Richmond is 25-19 when playing in front of the home crowd. Bowie comes in with a 13-6 mark in the Southwest Division, good for first. Richmond is 6-14 in the second half in the Southwest Division. Bowie leads the pack by 1.5 games. That is their biggest lead in the division all season, and it's the first time they've been 8 games under 500 since mid-May. Next closest team to Bowie is Altoona, as the Curve are 12-8 on the year. The Baysox, well, the Squirrels, I should say, they don't really have much of a care that they're 6th in the league right now, considering they won the first half, so they can just keep coasting along and try to turn it back on once we get closer to postseason. But we've got today's game to focus on, and the weather is obviously going to play a big factor. Hopefully it doesn't affect today's starting pitching matchup too much. As Kaiwei Tang will get the nod for Richmond, a 5-7 mark for Tang, a 4.96 ERA. Bowie has faced him already 3 times this year, and while he did set down the Baysox early in the first meeting, that was the first series of the year, Bowie has been getting him back a little bit since. Tang is a big strikeout artist. 95 punch-outs, leads the Richmond Flying Squirrels roster in that category, and he had 142 batters punched out last season. But after shutting out Bowie for 5 innings in his first start against the Baysox, Bowie has gotten him back for a couple of wins. 6 runs in 4 innings at the end of April, and their only win in that series. At the start of July, back on the 1st, Bowie had a series of timely hits and a home run by Hudson Haskin to knock out Tang early and pick up a 4-2 win in that one as well. So Tang has lost his last 2 starts against the Baysox, even though he did still strike out 7 last time he faced Bowie. On the mound, Tang features a low 90s fastball, but he's not really shy at all about using his slider and his changeup all throughout at bats, regardless of the count. Make it a big opportunity to pick up the swinging strikes whenever necessary, even on the first pitch. So Bowie, they can't get too comfortable and expect something routine from Tang. He will always try to deceive you and throw you off when it comes to his pitch sequencing. On the other end, it'll be Justin Armbruster making just his second Double-A start after taking long relief roles for rehabs. And really, it wasn't because of any way he was performing. It was just the way that the timing worked out, because Matt Harvey joined the Baysox for the start of the second half, 2 rehab starts with Bowie, and the way that he slotted into the rotation, he was immediately in line with Armbruster, but the Orioles would put Harvey in the starting role. Armbruster would take the back end. Both of those appearances were against Richmond, and Armbruster pitched them well. 8 innings, 1 run, 7 hits, 12 strikeouts, and no walks. He picked up saves in both of them. Bowie won 9-3 in the first one, 5-1 in the second one. And then his second appearance, his second road appearance, to be specific, his 4th overall appearance, Armbruster had to follow Kyle Bradish, who made a rehab start, so Armbruster took 5 innings in that one, walked 1, struck out 4, and picked up the win in Bowie's 3-2 win. And then last week, when Bowie was playing Akron, Armbruster was slated to get back into the rotation, but because of a rainout on Saturday, the Saturday starter, Ryan Watson, was pushed back to Sunday, and since Armbruster needed work going into the All-Star break, he was coming out of the bullpen for that one. So that was a late change, and it probably affected him a little bit, as Armbruster did allow a 3-run home run, a part of a 6-run 7th inning. He only finished 2 2/3 innings. That was tied for his season's low, going all the way back to his debut in 2022 against Jersey Shore back when he was with High A Aberdeen. So Armbruster now getting back into the routine that he anticipates, should be able to put together a better day. He's been a very heavy fly ball pitcher with the Baysox since joining the team. A ground ball to fly ball ratio of just 0.61, so that means he gives up nearly twice as many fly balls as he does ground balls. But since this is a pitcher's friendly park, the Bowie outfield, which has been lauded since the addition of Colton Cowser lately, should be able to put a handful of them away and help Armbruster cruise through a clean day. Bowie's got a big opportunity for the sweep, but how did they get here? Well, of course, it's Sunday, so you know what that means. We recap the week that was. We play you some highlights from the last 2 games and get you caught up on if you missed either of them. Plenty more to come on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox. Open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We'll get your red capes ready and your iron suits too, because it's Superhero Day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 31st. You can meet your favorite costumed hero, and the first 750 fans ages 13 and up will pick up a Grayson Rodriguez Superman bobblehead for their own. Not only that, but it'll also be Heroes Day at the ballpark, honoring police, fire, and EMS with a Guns N' Hoses charity softball game. And the Baysox will wear custom Heroes jerseys, auctioned off post-game to benefit the Children's Cancer Foundation. Sunday, July 31st, so get your tickets at Baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With two of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Keeping it going here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. Matt Sabatas with you from the Diamond as we get ready for the finale of this brief three-game tilt between Bowie and Richmond. The Baysox, a big chance to sweep their first series of the season. But how did we get here? It's Sunday, so of course you know what that means. We'll recap the week that was for the Baysox. And of course, as the week started with the All-Star break, there's not too much to recap, but we will go a little bit more in depth into the first two games of this series so you can get caught up on how Bowie has set themselves up for a potential series sweep. Again, it would be their first of the season. So we go back in time to Friday, not too far away, when the Baysox opened up this three-game tilt with the Squirrels. A 6:35 first pitch for the opening set, and it was spearheaded early on by Joey Ortiz and a little bit of help from the sun.
4 1/3. The 0-2 pitch to Ortiz. Late swing and a pitch out and away. Lifted out to shallow center. Gigliotti couldn't find it in the sun at first. Now he's sprinting back. He runs back and falls as it bounces off of his glove. Ortiz is around second, headed to third. Norby has already scored, and the Baysox lead 1-0 on a triple by Joey Ortiz. His fourth of the season.
It was a big-time start for the Baysox as they've been very good early in games this season, but so has Richmond, as Bowie had Brennan Hannafy making his second Double-A start. Again on the return from the Tommy John surgery, Hannafy coming off of a 6-strikeout performance in his debut against Akron last week. He did allow a game-tying run in the bottom of the first.
Hannafy sets out of the stretch, first base side, holds at the chin, drops to the chest, fires the 1-2, and it's bounced past the mound, up the middle, and through for a base hit. This will score the run as it's picked by Cowser and sent back to the infield. Matheny rounds third and comes home. It's a tie game at 1. Armani Smith picks up his 14th RBI of the season with a clutch 2-out, 2-strike single, and it's 1-1 here in the first.
That's how it would be into the third inning. Bowie would load the bases with no one out in the top of the third against Matt Frisbee, but all they would get out of it was a sacrifice fly. Shane Fontana lifting one out to deep left to drive in Colton Cowser. That would just be it. So Bowie would have the 2-1 advantage as Hannafy was done after just 3 innings again. Adam Stauffer took over for the 4th, but in the 5th, he gave up a big blast to Ricardo Genovez, tying the game once more.
Doesn't extend his leg too much, doesn't step back too far. The 2-1 pitch is a curveball smashed out to deep left field, and Fontana has no chance. A game-tying solo home run for Ricardo Genovez. Just left a changeup on the inside edge of the zone, but just over the plate enough for Genovez to smash it for his 3rd home run of the season. That's his 2nd home run against the Baysox as well, and it ties this game at 2.
So new life in this one for the Squirrels, but that would be it for them offensively. Stauffer would settle from there, and then Easton Lucas and Clayton McGinnis would both put together good relief outings. The offense got a little bit more help from Shane Fontana later in the 7th.
Big opportunity for both sides. The 1-2. Laced left field base hit. Split the gap and rolls to the left fielder Smith as 1 run scores. Prieto rounds third and he'll score. A 2 RBI single for Shane Fontana, and the Baysox break ahead to a 4-2 lead.
It was a 3 RBI day for Shane Fontana. He's been on a great run for Bowie since rejoining the team off of the injured list. And as mentioned, it was good bullpen work once again for the Baysox as Clayton McGinnis picked up his first save.
Runner at third, 2 away, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. A high fastball, and McGinnis logs his first Double-A save as the Bowie Baysox are winners once again. A 2 RBI single late for Shane Fontana breaks a 2-2 tie and serves up a 4-2 win.
So 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and 10 left for Bowie. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, 5 left for Richmond in Game 1 of this 3-game tilt. Brings us on to last night when the Baysox tried to pick up the series win. And while they couldn't get going early against Kyle Harrison, Connor Norby drew a leadoff walk, and it looked like things might be going clean in the top of the first. But then Harrison shut down bats the rest of the way. Left-hander's first start back since appearing at the All-Star Futures game, Harrison struck out the following 9 batters into the third inning. Excellent work for Kyle Harrison. But meanwhile, Drew Rom was working just as clean. While it wasn't as many strikeouts, Rom had faced just 1 over the minimum through 3 scoreless innings of his own and struck out 6 batters. Gave up a ground out, a couple of line drives, and a single to Diego Rincones, but it was still scoreless into the 4th. And since it was a short start out of the break for Kyle Harrison, they only gave him 3 innings and turned it over to Trenton Toplicar in the 4th. And that's when Bowie instantly took advantage. First pitch that Toplicar threw was served to right field for a double by Colton Cowser. Cesar Prieto grounded out to the second baseman to advance Cowser to third base, but that was not necessarily required because the next 3 batters, well, they each picked up doubles. It started with Joey Ortiz. Ortiz struck out looking at a full count pitch in the first. First pitch, he lifts it out to deep left field. Smith is running back to the corner. He's running out of room, and it bounces off the warning track. Ortiz will turn the corner and jog to second as Cowser scores an RBI double for Joey Ortiz. He's red hot, and the Baysox lead 1-0. After Ortiz's double, it was Shane Fontana to follow. The 2-2 pitch. Fontana ropes it up the first base line. Another fair ball to the corner. Ortiz with the wheels can round third and score as it's pitched to Lila Bohr and sent to the infield. Fontana slides past the throw and digs into second. Back-to-back RBI doubles for the Baysox, and they jump ahead to a 2-0 lead. And then after that, it was Maverick Handley to close the series. Split up pretty well, that there's not too many deep outings, that it's not too far for them to go 4 or 5 innings. 2-1 pitch to Handley is smashed out to the right field corner, sends Labor on the run. He's looking up, and it bounces off the warning track, and one hops over the wall. An automatic double for Maverick Handley scores Shane Fontana from second. A 4-double inning for the Baysox, and it's 3-0. So that would be a lot of where their offense was isolated to, because Bowie only collected 5 hits in the game. 4 of them were in that 5-batter span. Diego Rincones was able to get Richmond on the board against Jensen Elliott in the 6th inning with an RBI single. Drew Rom had tossed 5 scoreless innings in his start, 7 strikeouts, no walks for the lefty. But Richmond was on the board. It was 3-1. And in the 9th, with Connor Loprich on the mound, Diego Rincones already riding a 3-for-3 day. Well, he served up a stressful blow. Not devastating, but stressful when it came to pass. And he fires the 1-2 now. It's swung on and blasted out to left field. Fontana's running back. He's looking up, and there it goes. A 4-for-4 day for Diego Rincones. And a leadoff solo home run in the 9th. 3-2, Bowie leads. So it was on Loprich at that point to make sure that no one else would come across. After 2 walks, it was a bit dangerous, but Loprich was able to close the door. Bowie leads by 1 in the bottom of the 9th. The 1-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. A curveball down from Loprich, and the Bowie Baysox are winners once again. They've taken the series from the Squirrels and survive a 3-2 final here on Saturday night at the Diamond. So your final last night, Bowie, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 3 left. Richmond, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors, 6 left on base. It's a series win for the Baysox, their 2nd consecutive series win, and their 3rd in 4 series here in the second half. An opportunity for their first series sweep of the season when we come back. More to come on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. Stick around. We're back to the Diamond after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the D.C. area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to Baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from the Diamond in Richmond. It's Game 3 of this 3-game series between the Richmond Flying Squirrels and your Bowie Baysox. So glad you're taking the time to join us. Matt Sabat is with you from Richmond, Virginia. And as Kai-Wei Tang warms on the mound for the Squirrels, the starting lineup for the Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at second base, you've got Connor Norby, followed by Colton Cowser in center field, batting second. Cesar Pareto is at third base, he bats third. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, bats fourth. Shane Fontana is in left field, he bats fifth. Maverick Hanley, the catcher, bats sixth. Cody Roberts is the designated hitter, batting seventh. J.D. Mundy at first base, eighth. And Zach Watson is in right field, batting ninth. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. They're managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller. Calvin Christensen is the video coordinator. Lindsey Birchfield and Blake Wooten are the athletic trainers. Bowie is 40-48 on the season, a 2-game winning streak, and 13-6 in the second half. First place in the Southwest Division, 1.5 games ahead of the pack. Again, the Bowie lineup features Connor Norby, Colton Cowser, Cesar Prieto, Joey Ortiz, Shane Fontana, Maverick Hanley, Cody Roberts, J.D. Mundy, and Zach Watson, all to face off against right-hander Kai-Wei Tang on the mound. The Diamond here in Richmond, Virginia is 330 feet down the line to both left and right field, 410 feet to straightaway center as the wind pushes a little softly out toward the left field corner. A very nice, you could call it dry, hot day here in Virginia's capital as Tang finishes his warm-up tosses. The home plate umpire will step out from behind and wipe off the dish. Definitely needed a good scrape. and Connor Norby is waiting to get into the box for the first offering. Norby hitting .239 this season, a .741 OPS in 18 games played with the Baysox. 5 doubles, no triples, 2 home runs, 4 runs batted in, but he's been a great leadoff hitter for Bowie. He's been scoring plenty of runs if he's just not been driving them in. As Tang sets on the first base side of the rubber, he kicks and fires the first pitch home, and it's lifted out toward the right field corner of the line. Franklin Labor is sprinting on it, closing the gap to the warning track, but it slices out of play, and we're underway at 1:38 p.m. on a 97-degree sunny day here in Richmond, Virginia. Real field temperatures of 109. As Norby starts out behind 0-1, Tang will come set at the waist and look in for the next pitch. Here it comes. Misses away, rolls back to the screen, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. Norby has had a quiet couple of days. He went 0 for 3 yesterday, drawing a walk to lead off the game. Had a single and a run scored to lead off Friday's game to open the series, but ultimately went 1 for 5. So this first plate appearance has been Norby's bread and butter. The 1-1 plunks him. Breaking ball moves too far up and in to hit the shoulder as Norby reaches safely to start the game for the 3rd consecutive day. You could say he's pulled off a trifecta, a single, a walk, and now a hit by pitch. Richmond has hit a couple of batters in this series. Maverick Handley took the first pitch he saw in the 7th inning on the shoulder as well. Colton Cowser got one, as did Cesar Prieto back on Friday. So 4 total in this series, but Tang is like that. That's his 11th hit by pitch this year. Here's Colton Cowser. First pitch to the left-hander, misses high, and it's 1-0 to start. Bowie is winning the games. They have been frustrating Richmond just a tad, especially as the Squirrels are on a 6-game losing streak, but there's no way that anything that early would be considered intentional, especially after already 2 pitches to open the plate appearance. 1-0 pitch to Cowser. Misses high. Breaking ball runs the count to 2-0. .293 average for Colton Cowser, a .1089 OPS in 18 games. 4 doubles, no triples, 5 home runs, 10 runs batted in. As Ricardo Genovez, today's catcher for Richmond, might have the signs mixed up because he heads out and has a quick little chat with Kai-Wei Tang. They're obviously not changing anything because there's only a runner at first. But it seems to be that pitcher and catcher just weren't on the same page. As we wait on the 2-0, here it comes to Cowser, and it's swung on and missed high, a fastball. Count runs to 2-1, because for Tang, that's just his 2nd strike thrown after 7 pitches. Decent shift on for Cowser, but he's been a good spray hitter here at Double-A. The 2-1. Curveball, that's a good strike. Call it on the inside edge of the zone. Count evens at 2. And Cowser only pulls it about 36% of the time. Goes the other way, almost an equal amount, 34%. Runner at first, nobody out, and a scoreless top of the first. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Another high fastball. 3 straight pitches up, and Tang rebounds after starting behind 2-0. To strike out Cowser, the first out of the day. Tell you about the defense behind Tang this afternoon. You've got Jacob Hayward, Shane Matheny, Franklin Labor from left to right in the outfield. Carter Aldrete making his Double-A debut at 3rd base. Tyler Fitzgerald at short. Brett Arbach at 2nd. Armani Smith at 1st. And Ricardo Genovez catches behind the plate for Kai-Wei Tang on the mound. Cesar Prieto into the box. First pitch. Breaking ball misses away to the left-hander, and the count opens up at 1-0. .273 average for Prieto this season, a .677 OPS in 47 games played. 11 doubles, no triples, 2 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball misses up and away and skips off of the webbing of Genovez's glove. It goes back to the screen. That could be a passed ball, but Norby will advance whatever the call is. If it's a pass ball, it's the 4th of the season for Genovez. They haven't made an actual calling. I'm going to guess pass ball. And breaking ball was a little bit up and away, but Genovez didn't fully extend, and it just skipped off of the top of his glove. But it runs the count to 2-0 on Prieto, with an opportunity now with a runner in scoring position. Bowie scored in the 1st inning on Friday, but they didn't get going until the 4th inning last night. The 2-0 pitch. Ripped foul. That one up to the second level right side. Count goes to 2-1. Yeah, Bowie had no answer early on against Richmond's left-hander Kyle Harrison. After Connor Norby drew the leadoff walk in the first last night, Harrison struck out the next 9 batters. 9. 3 of them were looking, 6 of them were swinging. It was quite the run. And, of course, Bowie still won that game 3-2. They have a chance to sweep the series this afternoon. The 2-1 to Prieto. Late swing on a curveball, fouled off slowly right side. Count evens at 2. Kai-Wei Tang, a 6'2", 247-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Taichung, Taiwan, traded over from the Minnesota Twins back in 2019. As part of the Sam Dyson deal when the Giants picked him up. He's been a great arm in their system ever since. The 2-2 offering. Prieto rips it out toward the right field corner. Labor sprinting on it, but it's sailing over his head and bounces off the warning track against the wall. Norby cruises around third base and scores easily. Prieto points to the dugout as they cheer him on with the double. 12th of the season for Cesar, an RBI two-bagger. His 18th of the year, and Bowie leads 1-0. Bowie has been a great team in the first inning this season. They're one of the best teams in the Eastern League, top 4 when it comes to runs scored overall in the first inning. And Prieto just bringing on a little bit of that fact. The Baysox, as a team, have a .300 batting average in the first inning alone. That is their best inning overall. As Joey Ortiz digs in, first pitch to the right-hander is a breaking ball. Called for strike on the inside edge. It's 0-1. 290 average in the first inning. The next best inning for Bowie is the 7th. They hit 271 in the 7th inning of games this season. That's how big of a drop-off it is, and that's how good Bowie is in the first. Runner at second, 1 away, the 0-1 pitch. Grounded slowly, foul, third base side, and the count already to 0-2. So they called it a wild pitch on Kai-Wei Tang. That makes the run earned. If it had been a passed ball, the run would be unearned for now. It could have become earned either way, but that's just how the bookkeeping goes sometimes. It all depends on what Ortiz does here. A .235 average this season for the righty. 0-2. Grounded hard, third base side, diving attempt, but it's off the glove of Aldrete and trickles away into foul territory. That should be a base hit for Ortiz. As Prieto advances to third base, Joey opens up with a single. He's got hits in 3 consecutive games and 11 of his last 12 for the Baysox, continuing what's been a scorching month of July to match the weather for Joey. First and third now for Shane Fontana. A .287 average for Fontana this year, an .887 OPS in 36 games played. Missed time on the injured list with the fractured wrist. 5 doubles, no triples, 5 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Decent shift on. First pitch. Fontana watches fastball miss inside. It's 1-0. Kai-Wei Tang has 5-7 on the year, a 4.96 ERA in 18 games all starts. He's fired 89 innings and struck out 95 batters to lead the Squirrels, but he has also walked 48, the 1-0. Curveball misses inside, and the count goes to 2-0 on Fontana as Tang is really struggling now when it comes to just locating the zone. 18 pitches, only 10 of them finding the zone, and of those 10, 2 of them were put into play for base hits. Still only 1 out. As the 2-0 comes in, and Fontana watches fastball miss down and inside, 3-0. 9 home runs allowed by Tang this year. Opponents are hitting him for a .254 clip. Hudson Haskin had a home run against him back at the start of this month, July 1st, when Bowie picked up a 4-2 win at Prince George's Stadium. The 3-0. Fastball called a strike, upper outside corner. Fontana was ready to twirl the bat back to the dugout, but fortunately he didn't actually let go of the handle. If he had, it would have been a lot more embarrassing. It runs the count to 3-1, still a hitter's opportunity for Fontana, with runners at the corners and Bowie ahead 1-0. Pitch home. Fontana serves it to short and over the leaping glove of Tyler Fitzgerald into center field. Into second base Ortiz, Cesar Prieto scores. An RBI single for Shane Fontana. He's got 4 runs batted in his last 4 plate appearances. The Baysox lead 2-0. 4-game hit streak for Shane Fontana as well. That was a well-placed ball. The shade was proper. Tyler Fitzgerald at shortstop was on point for where the ball was hit in terms of left and right, but it was just a little bit too high for Fitzgerald, who stands at 6'3". So as Bowie is racking them up, 21 RBI on the season for Fontana now. Pitching a mound visit here. For some reason, I was about to say pitching change. There's nobody warming up in the bullpen, of course. Still early on, but Tang needs a turnaround instantly, as Bowie already has the quick advantage. Paul Esguerra is out to have the conversation. Bowie scored in the first inning on Friday thanks to Joey Ortiz's sun-aided triple. The way the sun sets at this ballpark, it really hinders center field more than anyone, and Ortiz was able to take advantage of that. Not intentionally, of course, but he was glad to have it happen. Picked up the RBI triple. Bowie then got 2 RBI from Shane Fontana in the 7th inning to break a 2-2 tie. As Hanley steps in, first and second, one away. First pitch. Fastball misses wide, and the count starts out at 1-0. Fontana now has RBI in 3 consecutive games as well. Handley is hitting .244 on the season with a .790 OPS in 50 games. Here's the 1-0 offering. Handley watches it miss away. Count goes to 2-0. Tang's fastball can sit in the low to mid-90s, but he locates it well, and I said it in pregame. He's not averse to using his slider and changeup combo, the off-speed stuff, anywhere in the count. The 2-0 pitch. Handley flinches on a called strike. Fastball outside edge, and the count goes to 2-1. So again, it's just on Bowie today to be patient with some of those pitches that come through, because Tang wants to throw you off with the sequencing to get the swings and misses on that off-speed stuff. But Bowie's been a patient team. Not so much in the second half, but overall still. The 2-1 bounces in and gets off of Genoves's glove. The runners will advance as it rolls to the backstop. That's the second wild pitch of the inning on the curveball. Fontana to second, Ortiz to third. Double play is off the table, and that's exactly what Richmond was hoping for with Maverick Handley, who's hit into 7 of them this season. That's the second most in the lineup, behind just J.D. Mundy's 9. So the infield will play in with second and third only 1 away. A hitter's count on Handley. The pitch, fouled off, just a tick back to the screen, and the count runs full. First full count that Tang has seen today. Opponent's hitting just 179 against him on full counts, but he's walked 26 batters and struck out only 20 on the 3-2 offerings this year. He peers in, comes set. The payoff home. Handley flinches on a breaking ball down and away for ball 4. So Handley draws the free pass. He's got a great strikeout-to-walk ratio this season. I feel as if that's flown under the radar. It has for me, I'll admit. 39 strikeouts for Handley. That's the 24th walk he's drawn, as Tang has now walked his 49th batter and loaded the bases for Cody Roberts. Boy, if Roberts is going to break out of a slump, now would be the time to do it. He's 3 for 8 on the season with the bases loaded, 6 runs batted in. First pitch. Misses wide. It's a ball. Genovés had thought about the snap throw to third base. Aldrit had sprinted back in anticipation to try and nab Ortiz, but the throw never came through. Cody Roberts is on an 8-game hitless skid, one of the longest of the season for the Baysox, and Roberts' longest of the year. The 1-0 pitch. Curveball lifted out toward deep right center field. Could score the run, as Matheny camps, now Labor camps, and it's the right fielder to make the catch. He'll rip a bullet home, but it's just late. Joey Ortiz tags and scores, and the Baysox lead 3-0. Sacrifice fly for Cody Roberts, so while the hitless skid does continue, he picks up his 29th RBI of the year. The runners at first and second don't try to go on the back end, but J.D. Mundy still an opportunity with a runner in scoring position. They throw over to third base to see if Ortiz had left early, but the home plate umpire says no, he did not. Speaking of your umpiring crew, Greg Walls is at third base today. Reynero Valero is at first. And Evan Johnson is the crew chief. He's calling the balls and strikes behind home plate. On sacrifice flies like that, it's just almost a given that you have to at least throw over there. It's due diligence. Why not? Here's J.D. Mundy, left-hander. First pitch in, runner at second goes, and it's in the dirt. Fontana with an easy steal of third base, his second swipe of the season. That's the 10th stolen base that Ricardo Genovez has allowed in 19 total attempts. That was a great jump by Fontana. Takes away the potential for a force at third. But again, with 2 outs, you could still get a force at first or second. Mundy hitting .218 this season, a .682 OPS in 57 games played. 12 doubles, no triples, 7 homers, 30 runs batted in. As the 1-0 comes home, and Mundy watches it for a called strike upper outside corner. It's 1-1. So that's 31 pitches for Tang here in this first inning, and Richmond does not have an arm loosening. 1-1. Mundy flinches on it inside. It skips away, rolls up the line, and Fontana will book it home. A wild pitch and a run scored as Handley moves to second base. It's 4-0 Bowie. That is the third wild pitch of the inning for Kai-Wei Tang. Each of them has been critical. One of them put Joey Ortiz to third before eventually coming on the sacrifice. One pushed Fontana to second so he could steal third and then gave him the chance to come home and score. 2-1 to Mundy, up and away, and it's 3-1. So now Richmond has to get a body up and moving in the bullpen at this point because Tang is just struggling to find the strike zone. 33 pitches, only 16 of them have found the strike zone, so less than one half. And now the 3-1 to Mundy. Fouled off, in on the hands. Mundy could have laid off of it if he wanted to and gotten first base. But a right-hander will get loose. That's Solomon Bates, who pitched just 2 nights ago. And ending in a third scoreless for that right-hander. But it's on Tang to try and limit what's already been a disastrous first inning. Runner at second, 2 outs, the 3-2. Mundy watches up and away for ball 4. That's the second walk of the inning served by Tang, his 50th free pass of the year. And Zach Watson will follow, the number 9 batter for the Baysox, all here in the first inning. They did not get Bates up early enough to make the switch just yet. Tang will have to face off against Watson. Watson hitting .184 this season, a .560 OPS in 65 games. 7 doubles, 2 triples, 6 home runs, and 18 runs batted in. You do have to wonder how much the weather might be playing into some of the performance here for Tang. As the first pitch into Watson is lifted out to deep left field. Hayward running back on it, but looks to have it read, and up against the cusp of the warning track, makes the catch over the shoulder. Watson flies out on the first pitch he sees and ends a wonderful first inning for the Baysox. They send all 9 batters to the plate and score 4 runs. We go to the bottom of the first here in Richmond. Bowie 4, Richmond coming on up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
Well, the Bowie Baysox put on a 4 spot, a nice crooked number in the first inning. And as we continue on from the diamond, Matt Sabatis with you from Richmond, Virginia. It'll be on Justin Armbruster to try and hold the Flying Squirrels quiet, already with an early lead before he even throws his first pitch. As Armbruster warms for that first pitch, let's tell you about the Flying Squirrels lineup that he'll face. Leading off in center field, it's Shane Matheny, followed by Carter Aldrete at third base, batting second. Diego Rinconez, the DH, bats third. Brett Arbach at second base, bats fourth. Ricardo Genovez, the catcher, bats fifth. Tyler Fitzgerald at shortstop, sixth. Armani Smith, the first baseman, bats seventh. Jacob Hayward in left field, eighth. And Franklin Labor is in right field, batting ninth. Richmond is the AA affiliate of the San Francisco Giants, managed by Dennis Pelfrey. Their record, 40-48, or 46-43 rather, a 6-game losing streak, 6-14 in the second half. And again, their lineup features Matheny, Aldrete, Rinconez, Arbach, Genovez, Fitzgerald, Smith, Hayward, Labor, all to face off against Justin Armbruster on the mound. As the lefty Matheny steps in, his first game in the leadoff slot this series, first pitch, misses wide a fastball, it's 1-0 to start. 254 average for Shane Matheny this year, and 818 OPS in 66 games. 8 doubles, a triple, 9 homers, 35 batted in, 1-0. Here's a line drive, left field. Shane Fontana ranges to his left about 20 feet and makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down. Let's tell you about the rest of the defense around Fontana and Armbruster. Already told you Shane. Colton Cowser is in center field. Zach Watson is in right field. Left to right in the infield, you've got Cesar Prieto, Joey Ortiz, Connor Norby, and J.D. Mundy. Maverick Handley catches behind the plate for Justin Armbruster on the mound. As Carter Aldrete checks in, his AA debut, called up from High A Eugene yesterday, didn't appear in the lineup just because it's tough to get from the Pacific Northwest to Richmond, Virginia on a moment's notice. First pitch is called a strike on a fastball lower outside corner. It's 0-1. As Armbruster sets and delivers the next, Aldrete watches a curveball called for strike in the top half, already 0-2. With High A Eugene, it was a 289 average and a 915 OPS for Aldrete in 74 games played. 15 homers, 52 runs batted in. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. But he gets his first taste of AA action, going down on 3 pitches by Justin Armbruster. First punch out for Justin, and there's already 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. Baysox are in their alternate orange uniforms today. Black block Bowie on the front side, gray pants, black cap, orange brim. Richmond in their alternate home reds. The R logo with Virginia, the state, the outline of it, inside the R. First pitch to Diego Rinconez is swung on and missed down a curveball. It's 0-1. White pants and the home red cap for Richmond. Rinconez, 262 average and a 688 OPS in 65 games. The 0-1 pitch, popped foul behind home plate. It's 0-2. 8 doubles, no triples, 7 homers, 33 runs batted in. Rinconez has been, what would be a good term? You don't hunt a Baysox. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball fouled off again right side, count stays. You can call him the shredder. You could shred socks, I don't know, the Baysox shredder. He's hitting .525 against Bowie this season. A 1258 OPS, including a 4-for-4 day last night with a home run. He drove in both Richmond runs. Armbruster fires the 0-2, and it's served up the middle, a base hit. That's 5 consecutive plate appearances for Diego Rinconez with a hit. It's his 6th overall hit in this series. Considering the shortened week, there weren't any games the first 3 days of the week because of the All-Star break. Considering the shortened week, Rinconez could be up for Eastern League Player of the Week, unless somebody went on a big tear for, say, 4 or 5 home runs in the span of like 3 days. Here's Brett Arbach. First pitch popped foul behind home plate as the count opens up at 0-1. 194 average for Arbach this season, a 629 OPS in 69 games. 9 doubles, no triples, 9 homers, 31 runs batted in. Decent shift on for the right-hander Arbach, but he actually goes the other way more often. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball high, it's 1-1. Bowie leads 4-0 here in the bottom of the first inning, as Justin Armbruster is going to try and pick up his second AA win. 6'4", 230-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Bellevue, Washington. 12th round draft selection in 2021 from the University of New Mexico. The 1-1 pitch bounces in fastball, and the count goes to 2-1 on Arbach. On the season with Bowie, Armbruster has gone 1-0 with a 3.92 ERA, but that ERA was heavily inflated by his most recent appearance. 20 2/3 innings, he struck out 22 and walked only 2, allowed 3 home runs. Opponents are hitting him for a 301 clip. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball high, and it's 3-1. Well, Armbruster was attacking out of the gate. Over his first 3 batters, had only thrown 1 pitch out of the zone, but now a 3-1 count to Brett Arbach. Here's the next offering. Swing and a miss. Fastball down, and the count fills. Opponents hitting just 1 for 6 against Arbach on full counts. Both of his walks with Bowie have been on full counts. He's only struck out 2 batters. It'll be a head start at first for Diego Rincones, but he doesn't have much speed. As the payoff comes through. Down and away, ball 4. So the third walk allowed by Armbruster this season continues to extend the inning. He was a strike away from finishing a perfect first. But then a single and now a full count walk as it continues on to Ricardo Genovez. .260 average for the catcher this season, a .760 OPS in 21 games. 3 doubles and a triple, 3 home runs, 6 runs batted in. As the wind pushes out softly to left field at the moment, Armbruster sets out of the stretch with a heavy lean on that front leg forward. The first pitch. Swing and a miss, a head on the curveball, and the count starts out at 0-1. Armbruster is making just his second Double-A start. 4 consecutive appearances out of the bullpen, all because of just timing. Wasn't anything that he was doing. He would most likely have stayed in the rotation if it just were differently timed rehabs and a rainout. You can't control the weather. The 0-1 pitch, popped foul, right side out of play, already 0-2. Armbruster followed Matt Harvey for 2 minor league rehab appearances at the start of this month. Both were against Richmond and both went well, and then he followed Kyle Bradish for a rehab appearance in Somerset, and then because of a rainout, he had to follow Ryan Watson on the Sunday before the All-Star break. Because Watson didn't get to pitch on Saturday, he still needed a pitch, and so did Armbruster, so Armbruster followed him there. The 0-2 pitch, curveball misses down, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on Genovez. That late change might have affected Armbruster a little bit because Ryan Watson came in on that Sunday and just wrecked house after giving up a leadoff home run, tossed 5 innings of 2-run ball. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball, late swing, lifted foul, right side out of play, and the count holds. Then Armbruster came in the 6th, and he faced the minimum over the first 2 innings, but in the 8th, he ran out of gas. First 3 batters of that 8th inning went single, 3-run home run. And eventually, another 3-run home run was hit against the reliever. Bowie lost that game 9-0. But right now, Armbruster has plenty of breathing room as Bowie still leads 4-0, but we're still in the bottom of the first. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off again back to the screen as Richmond, they don't want to go down quickly or quietly, even though they've fallen behind so big early. This offense knows what they're capable of. Bowie has just been so reliant on their pitching the last few days. You don't want to see them get overtaxed. But Armbruster is up to 20 pitches here in the first inning. Another 1-2. Down and away. Breaking ball runs the count even at 2 on Genovez, who's 4 for 14 this season with runners in scoring position. So line out and a strikeout to open the frame, but then a two-strike single by Ricardo Genovez and a full count walk to Arbach. Another 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Armbruster spun a slider down and away, and Genovez caught chasing. Second strikeout to end the scoreless first for Armbruster as we move to the second. Bowie leads 4-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
There's plenty going on at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, July 30th. It's the Island Luau night at the ballpark as the Baysox battle the Altoona Curve. Live music from the islands, inspirational dance performances, and more. But that's not all. It's also Maryland's worst car show. Do you own a clunker, a piece of junk on wheels? Well, here's your chance to show it off. Again, that's all on Saturday, July 30th. So head to Baysox.com to purchase tickets and find out more about registering for Maryland's worst car show. Hope to see you there.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Well, we're on to the second inning here at the Diamond in Richmond. A lengthy first inning, highlighted by the 4 runs put on by Bowie. RBI knocks from Cesar Prieto and Shane Fontana. A sacrifice fly by Cody Roberts and a wild pitch to score Fontana later. 36 pitches in that frame for Kai-Wei Tang. And Bowie will see if they can maybe rattle him a little bit more, as it'll start anew at the top of the lineup. Connor Norby will open. He got hit by a 1-1 pitch to open the game. It was the 3rd consecutive game that Norby had led off by reaching safely. First pitch home. Norby lifts it out towards shallow right. Labor is there and camps for a good long while before making the catch. That was a fastball away. And Norby, he was on time with it, but it was just so far away, it was more on the edge of his bat. Not much of a chance to get a good barrel. So 1 out to get it started. Here's Colton Cowser, who struck out swinging in the second inning. First pitch. Cowser has to scamper out from the legs. Fastball moves too far inside, and the count starts out at 1-0. After Cowser, it's Cesar Prieto in this half inning. If any reach, Joey Ortiz. They've got a decent shift on for Cowser. As the next pitch comes home, and it's a fastball, a little closer to the zone, but still too far inside, as the count goes to 2-0. This is where Tang is really running into his issues right now. 39 pitches. Only 19 of them have found the strike zone. 2-0. Grounded foul. Third base side. Hard chopper there from Cowser, and the count goes to 2-1. Obviously can't count your chickens too early. It's still only the second inning, but a 4-0 advantage for Bowie is always a good sign. The 2-1. Behind Cowser, and that got his ankle. He tried to kick himself out of the way, pushed the legs back, but the ball was behind him and hit off of his ankle as he was trying to back out of it. Yeah, Tang just does not have control today. These things can happen, and again, I would have to make an assumption that the weather is part of the reason. Because, I mean, a real field temperature of 109 at the start of this game. A little bit of wind, yes, but the sun beating down on you with no cloud coverage is brutal. Here's Cesar Prieto. First pitch to the left-hander is called a strike, a curveball, and it's 0-1. Prieto, an RBI double and a run scored back in the last inning. Bowie leads 4-0. Cowser held on briefly at first base by Smith. Here's the 0-1 offering. Fastball high. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Really, depending on how this inning goes, really, it could be the last for Kai-Wei Tang because he needed 36 pitches in that first. You don't see that too often. 1-1. Half swing and a flare. Shallow left, a base hit. Falls in front of the left fielder, a Texas leaguer. Cesar Prieto tried to check his swing on a high fastball, but the ball found his barrel. I don't think Cesar is going to complain about picking up a single, especially after the RBI double just last inning. Multi-hit days are always nice when your guy like Cesar Prieto. That's his 14th of the season. He's one shy of tying the second most on the team. Jordan Westberg and Hudson Haskin each have 15. So now here's Joey Ortiz, first and second, still only one out. First pitch. Ortiz watches a curveball inside for a called strike. It's 0-1 to open. Well, it's a day like this, the sweltering heat. I am leaned back as far as I can be in this chair. Fortunately, it's a chair that provides a lot of breathing room to lean as the next pitch to Ortiz is swung on and fouled. Just past the catcher. Count already to 0-2. Just don't even want to get near the open window, if possible. But I am going to have to perk up in my chair at some point soon. Ortiz had an infield single back in the first inning. Hit a hot shot off of the glove of the third baseman, Aldrit. First and second, one away in the second, a 4-0 Bowie lead. 0-2. Curveball misses inside. Ortiz had a curl out of the way of it, and the count runs to a ball and 2 strikes now. You know, the 4 times that Tang has faced off against Bowie now, I've not even asked. One of the more important questions I feel should be asked about someone from Taiwan. The 1-2 pitch is fouled off right side. His communication, is it really tough for him? How much English has he learned, if any? Not to fault him if he hasn't. He's already focusing on being a pitcher. Learning a language is hard enough as it is. Because I'm seeing here that he lived with a translator back when he was in the Twins organization. Translator lived with him with a host family. 1-2 pitch over the head of Ortiz and back to the screen. The runners will advance. Ortiz had to duck from that one. Tang he doesn't have control of his pitches today. If it's sweat, I wouldn't blame him. Because that is the 4th wild pitch of the game from the right-hander. He had 3 in that first inning. At this point, get a towel in your back pocket. Hit the rosin bag after each offering. I don't think anyone would blame you. Only problem is now the pitch clock. So the infield plays in as the count goes even at 2. Next offering to Ortiz. A swing and a miss off of a fastball high. Ortiz probably could have gone to first base as it bounced off of the mask of Ricardo Genovez, but Ortiz had swung so hard through it that he just stopped and stared out at the dugout after striking out. That's just the second strikeout for Kai-Wei Tang and the second out here in the second inning. Now, those coincidences, those always crack me up when you say second 3 times in a span of 6 words. Here's Shane Fontana. First pitch. Fastball misses away, and it's 1-0 to start. Man, you remember host families? Those are something else. Yeah, back in 2019, before he got traded to the Giants, he lived with his translator, with their host family, while he was pitching in Cedar Rapids. That was the low A at the time. 1-0, ripped right side, base hit. Fontana's got another RBI single as Kauser scores. Prieto rounds third. He's coming home. He scores. 2 RBI knock for Shane Fontana. It's a 3-ribby day for the lefty, and Bowie bumps the lead up to 6-0 here in the second. Oh, Shane Fontana has been on such a run since rejoining the Baysox from the wrist fracture. Just like he never left. It's in 5 of his last 6 games, already on the 3-game RBI streak. And here's another mound visit. Paul Esguerra is going to come out and have a conversation as Fontana might set the basis for Solomon Bates to come in before this inning ends. Gives us a chance to tell you about our friends over at Pest Now. They're a proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, and they provide pest control services for Prince George's Stadium. So that's how you know they're reliable. If they're doing it for the ballpark, and honestly, there's not been a single pest issue all year at the ballpark. If you've got any problem with pests, give them a call. All your residential and commercial pest control needs, general pest control, termites, mosquitoes, all other pest control services, call Pest Now. 301-231-8300 or online at pestnow.com. Yeah, so Bates is loosening again for Richmond as Maverick Handley steps into the box. First pitch to the right-hander is grounded slowly back to Tang on one bounce. Pitcher gloves it, descends from the mound to make sure he's got the spacing right, and fires slowly to first in time, beating out Handley. But Bowie brings another two home. 2 RBI single by Shane Fontana, and as we move to the bottom of the second, it's already 6-0 Baysox. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Well, we turn it over to the bottom of the second inning here at the Diamond in Richmond, but it's a game well in control of the Baysox. Well, let's flip that. The Baysox are well in control of this game. The heat's getting to me, folks. Bowie leads 6-0 as Justin Armbruster gets back to work, facing off against 6, 7, and 8 in the Richmond lineup, starting with Tyler Fitzgerald. First pitch, swing and a miss. Breaking ball down, and it's 0-1 to start. Fitzgerald, Armani Smith, and Jacob Hayward due up in this frame for the Squirrels. As the next offering comes home, and it's a breaking ball, too far inside, 1-1. 198 average for Tyler Fitzgerald this season, a 698 OPS, 81 games played, 9 doubles, 1 triple, 15 home runs, 35 runs batted in. The 1-1, swing and a miss, fastball away, and it's 1-2. Armbruster needed 22 pitches in that first inning. Meanwhile, Kaiwei Tang, he's already up to 53, just over his first 2 innings of work. 1-2 pitch. Grounded, third base. Picked by Prieto on 2 hops, just a little to the left of his ankle, and fires to first, a little high, but it's in time. 5-3 put out, and there's one gone. Here's Armani Smith. First pitch home. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball inside. And it's 0-1 to start. A 240 average for Smith this season. A 630 OPS in 40 games played. 9 doubles and a triple. The 0-1. Grounded foul. Third base side. 0-2. 1 home run for Smith. 14 runs batted in. He's only hitting 136 against Bowie in his 2 series against the Baysox this year. Here's the 0-2. Fastball misses high, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Well, a sparsely filled diamond here in Richmond. No fault of the Squirrels, however. The 1-2. Line drive, left field, base hit. That one sails over the shortstop and rolls toward the gap, but it's cut off by Colton Cowser. Smith picks up a 1-out single. He's got hits in 2 of his last 3 games. And now Jacob Hayward will follow. Yeah, I'd imagine attendance just across the entire league today is going to be on the low side. Simply because of the weather. You can't fault any team for having a slow day. When folks want to stay in and enjoy air conditioning, the greatest invention ever created by mankind. First pitch to Jacob Hayward is fouled off third base side. It's 0-1 to start. 188 average for Hayward, a 546 OPS in 65 games played. 8 doubles, no triples, 3 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Armbruster stares down at the wrist, now looks home and fires the 0-1. It misses low. A breaking ball runs the count even at a ball and a strike. I do wonder if on a day like today, the 1-1, grounded foul again, third base side, 1-2. Wouldn't be too far-fetched of an idea to make a defensive change at catcher just midway. Say after the 5th inning, you swap out Maverick Handley for Cody Roberts. You could put in Andrew Dashbach or Greg Cullen as the designated hitter for Roberts and have Roberts go behind the dish just to save Handley the pressure. 1-2. Fastball misses high, and the count goes even at 2. Because, again, it's already a 6-0 game, and we're only in the bottom of the second. We're going to be here a while. There's no doubt about that. Pretty much every game that Bowie and Richmond have played seem to be on the extreme ends of the spectrum. The 2-2. This one popped up right side. Second baseman Norby running out to the shallow outfield and finally makes the catch. That one hung up a long while, and there's 2 gone. Yeah, yesterday was 211, but the day before was 255. And it's just so odd that there was only one more base hit and one more run on Friday than there was yesterday. But yesterday was 40-plus minutes shorter. Here's Franklin Labor. First pitch is swung on and missed down. It's 0-1 to start. So just with how long today is clearly going to be, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if you just made a quick change for the catcher midway through so Maverick Handley didn't have to bake in that gear behind the dish. Here's the 0-1 to Labor. Called a strike, lower outside corner, well-placed changeup. It's 0-2. 196 average for Labor this season, a 6.69 OPS in 54 games. 9 doubles, a triple, 6 home runs, 26 runs batted in. 0-2. Fouled off, fastball high, back to the screen as the count holds. But yeah, if you've listened to the broadcast at any point this season, you know that I make sure to give the praise to the catchers because it's the most physically taxing and consistently taxing position on the field. 0-2 pitch, but time was called. That was a late request. The home plate umpire bailed out from behind as Armbruster had already started to kick. Armbruster threw the pitch, but since time was called, it's no pitch. So we won't waste any time resetting now as we finally get the real 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Armbruster worked around that time call to spin a slider down and away and get Labor to chase. 1 time through the lineup in 2 innings for Justin Armbruster, 3 strikeouts, no runs. 3rd inning coming up at the Diamond. Bowie leads 6-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Well, we move on to just the third inning today, but the Flying Squirrels are already making a pitching change as Solomon Bates comes out of the bullpen to replace Kaiwei Tang, who had a tough outing. Losing pitcher, of course, in a 6-0 game for now, as Bowie will try to pick up the series sweep with plenty of cushion to get there. Tang finishes with just 2 innings. It's a season's low for that. 5 hits and 6 runs all earned, one shy of tying a season's high. 2 strikeouts and only 2 walks allowed. The 2 strikeouts as well is one more than a season's low. He's actually had 3 separate starts of just 1 strikeout recorded, but still leads the team with now 97 strikeouts. As Solomon Bates takes over, he'll face off against 7, 8, and 9 in the Bowie lineup. Bates, in his second appearance this series, is a 6'2", 210-pound, 25-year-old righty from Victorville, California, 8th-round draft selection back in 2018. Cody Roberts leads off at a sacrifice fly. Back in the first inning, came up with the bases loaded and 1 out. First pitch in from Bates is called a strike. Fastball nicks the bottom edge of the zone. It's 0-1. Bates on the season for Richmond has made 19 appearances, and he can eat up innings out of the pen. 4-1 with a 4.50 ERA, the 0-1. Breaking ball down and away, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. Bates has fired 34 innings in his 19 outings, 42 strikeouts, 16 walks, but he has allowed 10 home runs. The 1-1. Fastball away, and it's 2-1. Bates pitched on Friday to the tune of an inning and a third scoreless, allowed a base runner on an error, and threw a wild pitch, but struck out 2 batters and walked 1. 2-1 pitch, popped up, shallow, on the infield, right side. Smith, with the sunglasses, finds it and makes the catch a little bit over to his right. And there's 1 away. But the fact is, Bowie should be easily able to just cruise from here. At least that's the hope. Because 6 runs scored for the Baysox is the most they've had since they put on the 9 runs against Akron in Game 2 of that doubleheader sweep. Here's J.D. Mundy, first pitch. Misses low, a fastball, and it's 1-0 to start. As a matter of fact, pouring through the recent box scores, Bowie has only had 3 games here in the month of July in which they've scored 6 or more runs. The 1-0, grounded to the right side, picked up by the second baseman Arbach, and sidearmed to first base in time for 3. Mundy retired, and quickly 2 gone. Yeah, it was the 9-1 win in that second game of the Twin Bill with Akron. And then just 2 games prior, the 6-5 walk-off win. So if you want to get even more technical, this is the fastest Bowie has scored this many runs in well over a month. Zach Watson steps in. First pitch is a swing and a miss on a low fastball, 0-1. But Bates works fast. He's a heavy strike thrower, and that's what helps him eat up innings. Continue that today, and maybe we can just get out of this heat a little bit faster. As the 0-1 comes home to Watson, and he swings and misses. Fastball away, and the count to 0-2. And again, for Bowie, you are facing a new pitcher right now. You do need to remember that. Can't be as swing happy when you see a pitch near the zone, because the way that Kaiwei Tang was pitching today, if he was even near the zone, it was a hittable ball. Everything else was wild. The 0-2 to Watson, fouled off, back to the screen, and the count holds. That's clearly not the case with Bates out of the gate. Another 0-2. Curveball lifted, right side foul. This one will get out of play as Watson sticks around for another. Another 0-2. Swing and a miss inside. Watson lost the bat. Went sailing back to the backstop and warning track on the left side, but it did a little bit of the work for him, sending the bat back toward the dugout as the inning is over. A perfect frame for Solomon Bates featuring 2 strikeouts. We're on to the bottom of the third. Bowie leads 6-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Well, it's the most special day of the year at Prince George's Stadium, and it comes your way Friday, July 29th. It's the 23rd Navy Night, presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Join the United States Naval Academy class of 2026 and take in the Baysox as they face off against the Altoona Curve. It all comes your way on Friday, July 29th, and first pitch is scheduled for 7:05 with some fantastic post-game fireworks. The 23rd Annual Navy Night at Prince George's Stadium. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Hey fans, don't forget about Superheroes Night coming up to the ballpark in just a few days. It's a week from today, as a matter of fact. Sunday, July 31st, when the Baysox wrap up their series with the Altoona Curve at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie will give away a Grayson Rodriguez super bobblehead. Rodriguez will be tearing off his Baysox jersey for the Superman he is, the logo underneath, as the first 750 fans through the gates, 13 and up, will receive the bobblehead for free. And you can also meet your favorite costumed heroes at the ballpark. It is Superhero Day, you got to remember that. And don't forget about the Guns and Hoses charity softball game to follow, while the Baysox will be wearing specialty heroes uniforms auctioned off after the game, with proceeds going to charity, the Children's Cancer Foundation. There's so much going on the 31st, you just don't want to miss it. We're into the bottom of the third here at the Diamond in Richmond. Justin Armbruster will start his second trip through the lineup after 2 scoreless innings. Bowie leads 6-0. First pitch.
Shane Matheny watches a curveball called for strike in the lower outside corner. It's 0-1 to open. Matheny, Aldrit, and Rinconez set to bat for the Squirrels as the shift is on for Matheny. Here's the 0-1 offering. Grounded right side and against the shift through into right field, a base hit. So Matheny breaks out of a 2-game hitless skid and leads off with a single. Now here's Carter Aldrit. Those were the kinds of base hits that the shift outlaw was designed to benefit. Because if you had the old shift, at least in command, you would have had the shortstop placed right where that ball was hit. First pitch to Aldrit, misses down. Fastball starts to count out at 1-0. Aldrit went down on 3 pitches back in the first inning. Watched the first 2, swung at the third one. As Armbruster sets, fires the 1-0. Misses wide. Curveball runs the count to 2-0. I don't think you need to be as nuanced with Aldrit right now. He was clearly unprepared at the jump for those first couple of pitches he saw at AA, so you don't have to necessarily dance too much around the zone. You could maybe just pepper a slider on the edge. 2-0. Popped him up. Straight up the chute, out to the second baseman. Norby is there, and he drops it. They'll throw to second base to get the force there. Fell off of his wrist. There was no infield fly rule. So Matheny is forced out. Yeah, just fell off of his wrist. 4-6. Norby have sunglasses on? He does. Just fell off of his wrist. He didn't get too flustered about it, especially since he had the opportunity to just go right to second base. With 1 away, here's Diego Rinconez. First pitch home, misses away, and it's 1-0. Rinconez has a base hit in 5 consecutive plate appearances now. 6 hits total in the series. As the 1-0 comes home, and it misses down and away for a ball, 2-0. Well, Armbruster this season has had a lot of trouble in the 3rd inning for the Baysox. It's where he ran into trouble his first start against Erie. He allowed a couple of runs in the 3rd, the 2-0. Called a strike, top half of the zone, and it's 2-1 on Rinconez. Good fastball there. We got the shift on for Rinconez as well. With the 2-1 home. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down and away, and it's 2-2. Well, we talk about how the shift has been outlawed. I brought it up on Friday. And a little bit yesterday, too, I believe. But that new rule that they've got going at the Low A Florida State League to further limit where defensive players can play, where they can position themselves. They call it the pie slice, those 2 little lines of chalk extending from second base to make sure no one can play up the middle. The 2-2. Up and in a fastball. Rinconez was leaning into it, ready to swing, but had to back away at the last second as the count runs full. I was talking with the coaching staff about it a little bit earlier, getting their opinion, see if they had even heard, because, again, it's only in action in the Florida State League. As the 3-2 to Rinconez misses wide, and it's ball 4. Second walk given up by Armbruster today. That's 6 consecutive plate appearances for Rinconez, reaching safely. And now Brett Arbach, who walked himself back in the first inning. But I was talking with the coaching staff. So again, they might not even have been aware of it because Baltimore does not have an affiliate in the Florida State League, so they don't have to worry about it. When I was asking him, Kyle Moore said he liked it. He thought it was a good idea. Here's Brett Arbach. First pitch bounces in, and the count starts out at 1-0. Arbach drew a full count before walking in the first inning. As Richmond now has runners at first and second with still only 1 out. Bowie ahead 6-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. And Armbruster steps off the back of the rubber just after coming set. Wind out to left field at the moment. The 1-0. Fastball up and in. Count to 2-0 on Arbach. "13 pitches in this inning for Justin Armbruster. Only 4 of them have found the strike zone. Next pitch, fouled off right side. And the count goes to 2-1. Armbruster sets at the chin. Arbach swings the bat low before setting behind the shoulder. Next offering, fouled off back to the screen this time. Count at 2-2. But yes, Kyle Moore was saying he liked the concept of what they call the pie slice down in the Florida State League. It's obviously a very simple opportunity to increase the chance of balls hit up the middle to find center field for base hits. The 2-2. Fouled off again behind home plate. Count holds on Arbach. His next pitch will be the 6th. I just do find it interesting about the internal struggle that baseball has with the nature of its game. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. High fastball against Arbach. 4th strikeout for Armbruster and the 2nd out here in the 3rd inning. So think about the two main factors among the apathy in baseball fans and of the challenges for Major League Baseball to try and combat that. The two main factors are pace of play, time of game, and action. As Genovez has some action here. A line drive out to left field. This one's gone. Wow. A 3-run home run for Ricardo Genovez. His 2nd of the series, 4th of the season, 3rd against Bowie. Something about this guy and a couple of guys like him just finding Bowie pitchers all the time. Richmond is in the game. It's 6-3. It's a line drive shot. He's now up to 9 RBI on the year. And Tyler Fitzgerald will step in. That's the 4th home run given up by Armbruster this season. First pitch. Fitzgerald watches a called strike on the lower inside corner. It's 0-1. Well, what's that funky saying sometimes by guys really entrenched in baseball? Sometimes people will say that home runs are rally killers, if you can believe it. As the next pitch to Fitzgerald misses low. Count evens at 1. Because Richmond did have base runners. They were threatening. But now the bases are empty, and Armbruster can try and reset. As the 1-1 comes home, it's swung on and missed away to make it 1-2 on Fitzgerald. And he's still pitching with a 3-run lead, so it's not as if he's got his back against the wall right now. The 1-2. Fitzgerald pops it foul right side, and the count holds. So back to the previous point before Genovez homered. It's that internal struggle for baseball and their identity of wanting to increase the speed of games while at the same time maintaining and maybe increasing overall action. Because those two things are almost contradictory. The 1-2 pitch. Lifted, foul, right side, shallow. Mundy looking at first, but it's out of play. And the count stays at 2 strikes. But that's, of course, where the pitch clock came into play. It cuts down on the time spent where nothing is happening, but should still maintain the time spent where things are happening, as another 1-2 is again fouled off. Count remains. Well, I've said this multiple times, and honestly, I'm going to start bringing it up in the future in conversations with some of the folks over at Major League Baseball and their software developers. They got to put in foul ball counts. Keep track of the foul balls in games, because it's got to be way up there for Richmond. As the 1-2 again, this time lifted out toward right field. Connor Norby running back, but Zach Watson running down. Pushes off Norby and makes the call for the catch. The inning is over, but now before Richmond gets on the board, a 3-run home run by Ricardo Genovez. As we move to the fourth, it's 6-3 Bowie. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates, with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
We're on to the bottom of the third here in Richmond, Virginia, as the Bowie Baysox still lead, but now by only 3 instead of 6. I said bottom of the third. It's top of the fourth here in Richmond, as top of the lineup will bat for Bowie against Solomon Bates. Connor Norby will open it up. Right-hander is 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch in. Norby watches a fastball called for strike on the top half of the zone. It's 0-1. Again, Bates is a hard strike thrower. He's been locating the zone already. 3 up, 3 down in his first inning of relief. The 0-1 pitch misses up and away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. After Norby, it's Colton Gauser and Cesar Prieto. It's going to be vitally important for Bowie to get good pitching the rest of the way. The 1-1. This is wide, and the count goes to 2-1 because the tap has been shut off for Bowie a couple of times over the last few days. They went down 9 in a row to end last night's game. Their last base hit last night was in the 6th inning. The 2-1. Fastball up and inside. 3 balls and a strike on Norby. Bowie has been an early attacking team. Of course, they did get a very critical hit in the 7th inning 2 nights ago, as Bates pulls out a towel from his back pocket to try and wipe off some of the sweat. The umpire wants to make sure he inspects it, which I think is a fair ask. Really, no one's at fault in this kind of situation. The sweat from today's heat clearly affected Richmond's original starter, Kaiwei Tang. The 3-1 to Norby. Fastball lifted out toward right field. Labor ranging to his left about 20 feet. Doesn't go back too far. And camps under the ball for the catch. So Norby flies out to right for the 2nd consecutive plate appearance. And now on to Colton Gauser. Yeah, no one's at fault for Bates wanting to make sure he doesn't get too much sweat on those fingertips. Because that ruined Tang's day. Tang was shelled for a career low, or a season's low rather, 2 innings. Here's Colton Gauser, also 0 for 1. First pitch nearly hits him again. Fastball inside. And the count starts out at 1-0. Cowser really had to scrunch in and avoid that one. He got hit by a pitch in the second and scored a run for Bowie. The 1-0. Breaking ball misses up and away, and the count goes to 2-0. Yesterday, Bowie's offense was very quiet. In game 1 of the set, Bowie actually only got 1 total hit. Make that 2 hits after the 3rd inning. Next pitch to Cowser, called a strike away at the knees, and the count's at 2-1. 2 total hits after the 3rd, and they came in a span of just 3 batters. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball away, and it's 2-2. That's what's been so good for Bowie's wins the last few days, has been the timely hitting. Because of their 5 hits yesterday, 4 of them were compressed into a 5-batter span in the 4th inning to drive in all 3 of their runs. The 2-2 pitch. Late swing, fouled off. Fastball high, and the count holds. And then, of course, the 2 hits mentioned on Friday for Shane Fontana to pick up the 2 RBIs. And then he can kind of just disregard Sunday into the All-Star break as Bowie was shut out. The 2-2 fouled off of the catcher. Breaking ball with a little tick by Colton Cowser. And the count holds even. Another 2-2 to Cowser. Misses low, breaking ball under the knees. And the count fills. First full count that Solomon Bates has gotten to this afternoon. Fortunately for the fans here, as the sun extends a little bit further past its apex in the sky, the 3-2 is up and away for ball 4. Cowser draws a 1-out walk. First walk given up by Bates. 3rd overall for Richmond pitching, and now here's Cesar Prieto. As the sun passes its apex, especially after what's been a long start to this game, pretty much all of the box seats on the right side of the field are now covered in shade. One of the first rows is not, but a handful of fans that have backed up and hovered underneath the awnings for some shade now have the opportunity to head back to their originally purchased seats. Here's Prieto, first pitch. Breaking ball misses away, and the count starts out at 1-0. 6-3, Bowie is ahead. 4 runs in the first, 2 more in the second. 3 runs batted in by Shane Fontana. Then a 3-run home run by Ricardo Genovez, a line drive to left field in the last half inning. 1-0, Prieto smacks it into the air right field, shallow. Arbach running back, now running down into the infield. Makes the catch, only about 5 feet from behind the baseline. So Prieto pops out to the second baseman. And now there's 2 away for Joey Ortiz. Righty on righty, first pitch. Ortiz watches low. Curveball starts the count out at 1-0. I was opining on this a little bit yesterday, talking about Ortiz and Cesar Prieto, their chemistry over on the left side of the infield. As the 1-0 comes in, curveball misses too far inside. Nearly got Ortiz. And he didn't move on it, though. Count goes to 2-0. When you take Prieto's consistent contact, and already his good acumen at third base, and Joey Ortiz's phenomenal mental ability at short, the 2-0. Fastball misses low, it's 3-0. Now that you can finally add in the contact that Ortiz is bringing to the plate, it sets up a possible tough decision for Baltimore sometime next season, when Gunnar Henderson matures enough to get his call to the big leagues. And the way he's playing, it has to come soon. Joey Ortiz will be able to join him. 3-0 pitch. Called a strike on the upper inside corner. Easy take there for Joey as the count runs to 3-1. We'll have to see Maybe Prieto could go to second base, and Henderson could play third. 3-1 pitch. This one sliced out toward right center field. Matheny into the gap. And the center fielder there for the catch. A one-out walk left stranded at first base, and as we move to the bottom of the fourth here in Richmond, Bowie leads 6-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
On to the bottom of the fourth here in Richmond, Virginia, as Bowie is still nursing a 6-3 lead. Justin Armbruster had it at 6-0 going into the third inning, but a 3-run home run by Ricardo Genovez cut it in half. Bottom of the lineup for Richmond due up in this half inning, and the first pitch to Armani Smith misses high. Smith had cowered away from the curveball there, but it found its way over to the meat of the plate, but still a little bit above the letters. As the 1-0 comes home, fastball rocketed over to third. Two bounces where it's picked in foul territory by Cesar Prieto, and a bullet across the diamond gets to first base in time. Sensational reaction time by Cesar Prieto, just as I was singing the praises to that defensive acumen in the hot corner in the last inning. Both him and Joey Ortiz, they've got that left side anchored. Here's Jacob Hayward. First pitch to the right-hander is swung on and missed. Breaking ball away, and it's 0-1 to start. Well, I was having a conversation the other day. I was very intrigued at what's been keeping Hayward around with his numbers as he pops the next pitch out to left field. Easy camp for Shane Fontana, but he has to find it through the sun. He does. Shades his eyes and makes the catch. 2 gone. Because Hayward's numbers a little tough. 188 average, 36% strikeout rate, only a 10% walk rate. But he's a veteran guy. He's been around this league. He can always lean on his older brother for experience if he ever needs any advice, and he can provide advice to some of the younger guys here at AA. So he's a very good clubhouse guy. And you have to have at least one of those guys, not necessarily putting up the numbers that Hayward does, but someone with that key presence, someone who's been around and knows what they're doing and knows what they can do. For Bowie, they have a bit of a unique situation for that, as the first pitch to Franklin Labor is fouled off right side. It's 0-1. Bowie doesn't actually really have a player for that presence. Next pitch swung on and missed down, and the count is 0-2. Bowie doesn't really have too many tenured players. They don't have a minor league veteran on their team. The guy that you could kind of give that role to is hitting coach Brandon Becker. The 0-2 misses away, And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. A lot of the coaching staff could probably take up the mantle just in general because the Orioles have found key talent at such a young age, but Brandon Becker, among the main 3, Kyle Moore, Josh Conway, and, of course, the hitting coach, he's the youngest. Next pitch, fastball up and inside. Count runs even at 2. Now Becker is just 25, not too far removed from his own playing days. But he can connect with a lot of these players in a same way that a Jacob Hayward can. 2-2, line drive shot left field. Fontana sprinting on it, reaching out and making the catch. Kicked up some dirt against the warning track and braces up against the wall. But a full sprint grab by Shane Fontana, spectacular. Ends a perfect inning and gets a dap up from Sheldon Perkins as he crosses the bullpen as well. We're on to the 5th inning here at the Diamond. Bowie leads 6-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry. Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Hey, coffee lovers. Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip. Because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast, Royal Farms.
Well, a nice, wholesome welcome to you here at the Diamond in Richmond. Matt Sabatas with you from Virginia, hoping you're staying cool wherever you are. It's a little difficult right now, but fortunately, as the sun has pushed a little bit back behind some of the coverage of this ballpark, we have dropped a little bit on how the temperature feels, but still sitting in the mid to upper 90s on what's been a sweltering day of baseball. Bowie leads 6-3 as we move to the 5th. The Flying Squirrels will make a pitching change as Ryan Walker comes out of the bullpen, second reliever of the day for Richmond, as Shane Fontana leads off. First pitch to the left-hander, he squares, pulls back, and it splits the legs of the catcher, rolls back to the screen on a fastball inside, 1-0 to start. So Solomon Bates is done, 2 scoreless innings of relief for the right-hander. No hits, a walk, a strikeout, that was it. Walker deals the next, and Fontana saws it off left side. Foul to run the count even at 1. Fontana, Handley, Roberts due up in this half inning. A 2-for-2 day for Shane. A pair of singles, a stolen base, 3 runs batted in, and a run scored. The 1-1. Breaking ball, swung on and missed down. Fontana checks the grip on that one and circles back into the box for a 1-2 pitch. Ryan Walker, 6'2", 200-pound, 26-year-old right-hander from Arlington, Washington, 31st round draft selection in 2018, comes set and fires the 1-2. Fontana, a late swing and a miss on a curveball outside. So after the early first pitch ball, Walker fights back to pick up the strikeout on the next 3 pitches. It's his first punch out, of course, 4th overall for Richmond pitching. Walker drafted out of Washington State University. He actually played and was roommates with Richmond's leadoff batter today, Shane Matheny. Good old Wazoo. First pitch to Maverick Handley is fouled off back to the screen. It's 0-1. Walker on the season for Richmond has made 29 appearances. That's the most out of bullpen arms for the Squirrels. He's gone 6-1, also leads the team in wins. 3.81 ERA in 28 1/3 innings. 30 strikeouts, 14 walks. He's allowed 1 home run. 0-1. This is wide a fastball. And the count runs even at a ball and a strike on Handley, who's 0 for 1 in the day. Walked in the first inning, grounded out back to the mound, back in the second inning. Next pitch, fouled off, third base side, hits off of the netting and into the Baysox dugout. 1-2. Well, I was speaking a little bit in the last half inning, making some comparisons between Jacob Hayward as a strong veteran presence in the Richmond clubhouse to hitting coach Brandon Becker. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. Fastball outside, and Maverick Handley is down. Back-to-back punch-outs for Ryan Walker. And Becker was talking, I believe it was with Nathan Ruiz of the Baltimore Sun not too long ago, and just discussing what it's like coaching at such a young age at such a high level. And he said it was a fun challenge in regards because, like, obviously you do have to establish your authority in some instances, as the first pitch to Cody Roberts misses up and away. 1-0 to start as Bowie leads 6-3 here in the 5th. But at the same time, he can use that authority and connect with his hitters even better by recalling extremely recent scenarios and events that he had gone through while in their same shoes. Next pitch to Roberts misses down and away, and the count goes to 2-0. Bases empty, 2 outs. Next pitch, 3-0 outside. Roberts 0 for 1. Sacrifice fly with the bases loaded and 1 out in the first inning. He popped out to the first baseman back in the third. 3-0 offering from Walker. Fastball way too far. First walk given up by Walker today. 4th overall for Richmond pitching. This series has been a walk renaissance for the Baysox, at least in some capacity. Yesterday, not so much. Connor Norby drew the walk in the very first plate appearance of the game, and then that was it for Bowie. But they drew a handful of walks, 5. Make it 6 back on Friday. Here's J.D. Mundy. First pitch. Mundy swings through a low fastball, and it's 0-1 to start. Mundy himself drew a walk back in the first inning on a full count. He grounded out to second base back in the third. Runner at first, 2 gone as Bowie leads 6-3. Next offering. Mundy watches fastball miss up and in, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. Cody Roberts with a couple of good jumps for a secondary lead over at first base, but he has not attempted a stolen base this year. Henneves sets up low and away, the 1-1. Mundy spoils it foul the other way, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Bowie with an opportunity to sweep their first series of the season. They came ever so close, headed into the All-Star break. Had taken 4 of 5 from Akron, but got shut out in the last game, 9-0. 1-2 pitch, Mundy lifts it foul again, left side. This one a little bit closer to the line, but it still touches down in the seats as the count holds. After this, the Baysox head home, have tomorrow off, and play 6 against Altoona. The 1-2. Mundy again, a foul left side. Getting there a little bit early, but slowing down his swings enough. On a handful of sliders down and away, still at least getting something. But if I were Walker, I'd try to feed a fastball up and in now, because it's still only 1-2. Next pitch. Swing and just a piece off of the mid of the catcher. It was the fastball, but it was a bit down. So the count remains on Mundy after fouling off a fourth pitch. Roberts has been taking so many big leads. Do you think he finally jumps? The 1-2. Inside for a ball. That was the fastball that time, but Mundy wasn't keen to go after it. Count runs even at 2. A mild shift put on for the right-hander, or for the left-hander rather. As the 2-2 comes in, and it's grounded foul, first base side, count remains. See, the heat has just been, it's messing with my mind. It's sending me back to the preschool days, trying to learn my rights from my lefts. At least I'm not forgetting any numbers. Bowie's ahead 6-3 here in the 5th. As Walker sets. 2-2. Called strike 3. Fastball at the letters. Mundy more frustrated with himself as he hovers in the box. Slowly walks back to the dugout. Bowie gets a walk, but they strike out 3 times. And as we're halfway home here at the Diamond, it's still 6-3 Bowie. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
We'll get your red capes ready and your iron suits too, because it's Superhero Day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 31st. You can meet your favorite costumed hero, and the first 750 fans ages 13 and up will pick up a Grayson Rodriguez Superman bobblehead for their own. Not only that, but it'll also be Heroes Day at the ballpark, honoring police, fire, and EMS with a Guns N' Hoses charity softball game. And the Baysox will wear custom Heroes jerseys, auctioned off post-game to benefit the Children's Cancer Foundation. Sunday, July 31st, so get your tickets at Baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
It's a pitching change for the Baysox as we move into the bottom of the 5th inning here at the Diamond in Richmond. 6-3 Bowie leads, and Garrett Stallings will take over. Big opportunity for Stallings to take the bulk of the innings remaining. Could even finish the final 5 as Justin Armbruster calls it a day after just 4. It'll be a no decision for Armbruster since he only threw 4 innings. 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. First pitch here. Grounded over to first base by Shane Matheny. He underhands to Stallings, sprinting to the bag. 3-1 put out converted on the leadoff batter, and already there's one gone. So a good start for Stallings as Carter Aldrete takes over. Stallings is on one of the best runs of the season for a Baysox pitcher. Get you some of his numbers in a second, but Aldrete steps in. First pitch home. He watches it for a called strike. Breaking ball top half. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 day for Aldrete. He reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. Had a pop up to the infield that was dropped, but converted into a force out at second base. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball again. Called for strike on the outside edge. It's 0-2. Garrett Stallings, 6'2", 200-pound right-hander. Traded over from the Angels back in 2020. That was the Jose Iglesias move. 0-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. Aldrete was expecting the curveball again high, but it came low. First strikeout for Stallings. 5th overall for Baysox pitching. And already 2 gone here in the 5th. On the season for Bowie, Stallings has made 16 appearances. He's gone 3-7 with a 7.77 ERA, but that ERA has dropped by about 2+ runs just in the last month. First pitch to Diego Rincones misses wide, breaking ball. It's 1-0 to start. 66 innings for Stallings, 79 strikeouts, 15 walks, 20 home runs. As the 1-0 comes home, and it misses down and inside for a ball, 2-0. 20 home runs does lead the Baysox. I believe it's still the most allowed by a pitcher in the Eastern League. As the 2-0 comes home, and it's fouled off right side. Count goes to 2-1, but Stallings allowed 19 of those home runs just over the first 3 months of the season. He's only allowed 1 here in the month of July, as he is on, I said it, a spectacular run. The 2-under Rincones. Swinging a line drive, floated out toward deep left in the corner. Fontana running toward foul ground, and he makes the catch. Up against the warning track and braces up against the bullpen wall. That ends the inning. A perfect frame for Garrett Stallings, and he finishes it by slaying the beast of Diego Rincones. That was 6 consecutive plate appearances by Rincones, reaching safely. Finally done. We're on to the 6th here at the Diamond. Bowie leads 6-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Still 3 more fireworks shows in the month of July on Saturday the 16th, Friday the 29th, and Saturday the 30th. Hope to see you there.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Fans Care is around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. No appointment needed. Learn more at patientfirst.com. We're on to the 6th here at the Diamond in Richmond as Bowie leads 6-3. 9-1-2 in the Baysox lineup set to bat against reliever Ryan Walker. First pitch to Zach Watson is a bunt up and in, up toward the mound, and it's picked up by Ryan Walker, sent to first base. That was a fastball up and in. Watson tried to bail out from it, but it hit off of the handle of his bat and stayed in front of the plate. He got very unlucky. When he realized it was rolling as a fair ball, he had to try and recover and sprint to first, but it was just too late. The ball was placed perfectly in front of the mound for the pitcher to receive. A 1-3 putout starts the 6th inning. Now here's Connor Norby, top of the lineup, and the first pitch is a curveball, missing down for a ball, 1-0. Well, you can tell it's a hot one when you can see the sweat stains of the umpire behind home plate. Oh, goodness. 1-0 to Norby, curveball, inside, 2-0. 0 for 2 day for Norby. He got hit by a pitch and scored in the first inning. But he's flown out to right field in each of his last 2 plate appearances. 2-0. Fastball up and away, 3-0. It is a scorcher. It'll be nice to get back into the clubhouse for each of these guys after, and then on the air-conditioned bus back to Prince George's Stadium. Fortunately, not a long hike. The 3-0. This is away and a 4-pitch walk. So Norby draws the free pass. Second one given up by Walker today. 5th overall for Richmond pitching, and now Colton Cowser. It's such an interesting occurrence, honestly, that Bowie is only here for 9 games all season. Meanwhile, Richmond goes to Prince George's Stadium, I think 15 times over the course of the year. It's a lot. First pitch to Colton Cowser. This is inside, a fastball. That's 5 consecutive pitches outside of the zone for Ryan Walker. Yeah, the same is with Erie and Akron, 2 other regional rivals in the league. They're only about 90 minutes apart. The 1-0. Called a strike. Fastball at the knees. 1-1 on Cowser, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Got hit by a pitch and scored in the 2nd inning. He walked in the 4th inning. Runner at first, 1 out as Bowie leads by 3. Runner goes. Next pitch. Inside for a ball. Throw to second. What was that? That was 30 feet in the air to center field. Genovese just launched that thing as if he was trying to get it to Shane Matheny. I've never seen a throw to second that bad. Let's watch it on the replay. Well, they didn't get the actual release of the throw. But Norby picks up the steal, his 4th of the season. That's the kind of day it's been. As it runs the count to 2-1 on Cowser. Next pitch. Knuckled slowly over to the right side. It'll advance the runner. Backhanded by the first baseman Smith and tossed across the body to the pitcher covering. A 3-1 putout. A very tough play to execute, but well done by Armani Smith. Norby to third base on the 2nd out of the frame. And now on to Cesar Prieto, as Dennis Pelfrey is going to come out of the dugout. Looks like Will Jensen is going to come into the game. Richmond had the right-hander up and tossing around the start of this inning, and yep, there goes Walker. So with the left-hander Prieto coming up, they finally decide to make the switch. Walker will finish after an inning and 2/3. So a new hurler coming to the mound with runner at third and 2 gone here in the top of the 6th. Bowie leads 6-3. We'll tell you more about Jensen in a second. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We continue on with the top of the 6th inning here in Richmond as the Bowie Baysox lead 6-3. The Flying Squirrels have made a pitching change. With runner at third and 2 gone, Cesar Prieto will step into the box and face off against left-hander Chris Wright. Wright has been a two-way player in his career. Actually had at-bats. Actually, no professional at-bats, but back in college and a little bit in collegiate summer ball. But here with Richmond, he's pitched well in relief. His 2nd appearance of the series. First pitch into Cesar Prieto is called a strike in the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. Ryan Walker's day is done. He's responsible for the runner at third. An inning and 2/3. No hits so far. Well, no hits at all. No runs so far. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. 0-1 pitch. Prieto watches breaking ball called for strike. Hit the heart of the zone. 0-2. As Wright takes over, 6'1", 205-pound, 23-year-old lefty from Providence, Rhode Island. 12th round selection in 2019 from Bryant in the Northeastern Conference. The 0-2 pitch. Knuckled foul back to the screen. It brings Prieto down to a knee on a high changeup. Count remains. On the season for the Squirrels, Wright has spent all season here and gone 2-1 with a 3.03 ERA in 25 appearances. 32 and 2/3 innings. He struck out 46, walked 26. Another 0-2 to Prieto. Misses down a breaking ball, and the count runs to a ball and 2 strikes. Wright was tagged for a couple of runs in an inning back in the 7th inning on Friday's game. He had hit Colton Cowser with a pitch and gave up a bunt single to Prieto. Shane Fontana drove in the pair with a single to left field, breaking the 2-2 tie and giving Bowie the 4-2 win. The 1-2 to Prieto. Line drive taken on a bounce at short by Fitzgerald. A spin and a fire to first. He gets it there. 6-3 put out on a well-placed shortstop. Ends the inning. Bowie strands a runner at third. And as we go to the bottom of the 6th, it's 6-3 Bowie. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the D.C. area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Bottom of the 6th inning here in Richmond as Bowie still sports a 6-3 lead. Garrett Stallings trying to maintain that after a perfect first inning of relief. He'll face off against the middle of the Richmond lineup, starting with the cleanup batter Brett Arbach. And after him, Ricardo Genovez and Tyler Fitzgerald set to bat. As we wait for the home plate umpire to clear the dust off of the dish before Arbach digs in. 0 for 1 day for the right-hander. A walk back in the first inning, a strikeout swinging back in the third. First pitch in from Stallings. Breaking ball, misses just above the letters, and the count starts out at 1-0. Well, I'd mentioned how incredible of a run it has been for Garrett Stallings as of late. He's allowed only 1 run in the month of July. The 1-0. This one smashed. Might be the second run as Fontana drifts back and watches it exit. A solo home run for Brett Arbach. His 10th of the season, and that breaks up Stallings' excellent scoreless streak at 16 consecutive innings. Richmond is a run closer, but Bowie still leads 6-4. Longest scoreless streak of the season for a Baysox pitcher now closed as Stallings allows his team-leading 21st home run That is only the second run he has allowed in the month of July. Both of them have been solo home runs. But since the start of this month, Stallings has now combined for 17 innings, allowed just 1 run, while striking out 26 batters. First pitch to Ricardo Genovez is a breaking ball called for strike in the upper inside corner. It's 0-1. 2 home runs today for Richmond have given them all of their runs. The 0-1 pitch misses down and away a breaking ball. It's 1-1. Genovez had the 3-run blast off of Justin Armbruster in the 3rd inning. Took it from a 6-0 game to a 6-3 game. And this is where I said Bowie needs the pitching staff to pick up where the offense is going to falter. The 1-1 is swung on and missed up and away. Count goes to 1-2. Because since Shane Fontana's 2 RBI single in the 2nd inning, Bowie has gone hitless. We're here in the bottom of the 6th. A 6-run lead is now just a 2-run lead. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball lifted out to deep center field. Sends Cowser on the run, but he sees it. After sprinting back, he stops in front of the warning track and makes the catch. Definitely drew some oohs and ahs from the fans. But there's one away, and now Tyler Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out. First pitch. Misses down a breaking ball, and the count starts out at 1-0. It's not even a question that Stallings is on his best month of the season, as the next pitch is swung on and missed down. Breaking ball runs the count even at a ball and a strike. Back-to-back 6-inning performances after not doing that at all into the season. 1-1. Misses away, and the count goes to 2-1. He had 6 innings, 7 strikeouts on a career-high 84 pitches in Somerset back on the 8th. 6 innings, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts against Akron to pick up the win into the All-Star break. Next pitch, popped him up on the infield, left side. Ortiz fighting the sun, still fighting it. Shallow left field. He makes the catch. He had his arm outstretched to cover the eye line the entire time and was perfectly placed underneath it to where his eyes were still shaded, but he could still catch the ball. So 2 away. Here's Armani Smith. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Singled up the gut in the 2nd inning. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Way too far outside changeup. Smith had no business. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Grounded to third. Prieto is there. It's a fair ball. He tosses a looping throw to first, and it's too high. J.D. Mundy watches it skip off the webbing of his glove, and no one was backing up the throw, so Smith can advance to second base. Well, Mundy was far too concerned with keeping his foot on the bag when he extended for that ball. If he had just made a routine hop, jumped off of the bag to catch the ball, he would have landed on the base with time to spare. That really should be a missed catch error for that exact reason. But I imagine they will rule it as a throwing error on Cesar Prieto. Now it brings tying run to the plate, prolongs the inning for Jacob Hayward. First pitch into Hayward. It's called a ball down and inside. Fastball from Stallings just missed, and it's 1-0. They haven't even decided who the error is on yet. They've not even put it up on the scoreboard yet. As the 1-0 comes home, Hayward swings and misses on a curveball down and away. It's 1-1. An 0 for 2 day for Hayward. He popped out to second base in the 2nd. Flew out to left field his last time up. It was a great run by Shane Fontana. He's had a couple of good plays out in left. Yeah, they call it a throwing error on Prieto. I still don't agree with that. As the 1-1 comes home, swing and a miss outside. It's 1-2. Actually, thinking about it a little bit more, I suppose I can understand, because Mundy would have had to put in extra effort to make the catch. The hop that Mundy would have had to make would have been considered extra effort, so it should be a throwing error. If Prieto had thrown it a little bit differently, it wouldn't have been on Mundy. The 1-2 misses away, and the count goes to 2-2. So, considering it more, I do believe that the throwing error is the right call now. But it's still difficult for the Baysox. As the inning prolongs, you don't want that run to score and make it a one-run game. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball lifted out to deep left field. Fontana has no chance. A game-tying 2-run home run for Jacob Hayward. It's 6-6. This is not good. Six unanswered runs for the Squirrels. Second home run of the inning. Third of the game. Both runs unearned, but that doesn't matter. Here's Franklin Labor. It's the 22nd home run given up by Stallings this season. First pitch to the right-hander is swung on and missed down and away, and the count starts out at 0-1. And that error is devastating now. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, high fastball, 0-2. Well, hopefully this is something to really turn it around for Stallings. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled off back to the screen, and the count holds. Because obviously the shock of being put into the bullpen, I guess you can't even necessarily call it shock, but the scenery change and the work put into that change helped him out. The 0-2. Lifted out toward right field, but shallow. Watson stepping in, now backing up, moving to his left, makes the catch, and the inning is over, but not before Richmond slugs their way to a tie game. 2 home runs, including one after an error that should have ended the inning. And as we go to the 7th, it's 6-6. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
We'll get your red capes ready and your iron suits too, because it's Superhero Day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 31st. You can meet your favorite costumed hero, and the first 750 fans ages 13 and up will pick up a Grayson Rodriguez Superman bobblehead for their own. Not only that, but it'll also be Heroes Day at the ballpark, honoring police, fire, and EMS with a Guns N' Hoses charity softball game. And the Baysox will wear custom Heroes jerseys, auctioned off post-game to benefit the Children's Cancer Foundation. Sunday, July 31st, so get your tickets at Baysox.com.
Well, we've got a brand new ball game heading into the final 3 innings of play. After the Bowie Baysox put on 6 runs over the first 2 frames, Richmond has tied it up. 6-6 into the 7th inning as Joey Ortiz will lead off for Bowie. First pitch into the number 4 batter is popped foul behind home plate and out of play. Count opens up at 0-1. It'll be Ortiz, Shane Fontana, and Maverick Handley. Richmond has used 3 home runs to tie the game. A 3-run blast by Ricardo Genovez, a solo shot by Brett Arbach, and a game-tying 2-run home run by Jacob Hayward. The 0-1, Ortiz watches high fastball, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. Hayward's home run came after an error that should have ended the inning. As Chris Wright continues on the mound for Richmond. Left-hander came in to face just 1 batter in the 6th inning, got Cesar Prieto to ground out to shortstop. As the umpires have called for time, there's a gate open in foul territory on the Richmond bullpen. So they had asked the relievers to go close that gate before we could get back to play. We wait on the 1-1 to Ortiz. Here it is. Lifted foul right side, and the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Didn't feel prophetic in any capacity, but when I was bringing it up in the 2nd inning and in the 3rd inning, how Bowie really needed to rely on their pitching to maintain this game because the offense has shut off at points over the last few days. Next pitch misses up and away, a fastball to run the count even at 2, especially after putting on their first flurry of runs. It came true very quickly today because after Shane Fontana polished off the 6-run series for Bowie. Next pitch, misses wide. Curveball runs the count full on Ortiz. After Fontana's 2 RBI single in the 2nd inning, Bowie has been held without a hit. They've drawn 3 walks, and they did get a runner to 3rd base, but they've been without a hit. Ortiz singled to 3rd base in the 1st inning, struck out and flew out to follow. The payoff pitch, fastball up and away for ball 4. First walk given up by Wright. 6th overall by Richmond pitching. And for all the talk that I've given about key hits, timely hits for the Baysox over the last couple of days, helping them push ahead, break ties, and secure wins, they need a couple of them now. Shane Fontana could be the guy to deliver. He's driven in half of Bowie's runs, and he scored one of his own. First pitch, left-hander, hacks at it, but fouls it off back to the screen. It's 0-1 to start. RBI single and a run scored for Fontana back in the 1st inning. 2 RBI single to right field in the 2nd. He struck out swinging back in the 5th. 6-6 game here in the top of the 7th. The 0-1 offering. Fontana flinches on a called strike. Fastball at the letters. And Fontana groans up at the sky after seeing the call. It's 0-2. Pitch home. Fontana flinches on a breaking ball in the dirt. Home plate umpire doesn't grant an appeal. He was just calling the ball dead after Fontana pulled back, and the catcher, Genovez, made sure to scramble on it. Didn't want Joey Ortiz to go off anywhere as the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. It was a 4-run 1st inning for Bowie. Looked in command from there, but the tap has shut off. The 1-2. Fontana swings and misses. High fastball, and he's down on strikes for the 2nd time today. First punch out for Chris Wright. 7th overall for Richmond pitching. Now here's Maverick Handley. First pitch, right-hander, watches fastball miss high, and it's 1-0 to start. Well, I brought it up how the 7th inning for Bowie is one of their more productive innings of the season. They actually score their most runs in the 7th inning. Next offering. outside, and it's 2-0 on Handley. They make a lot of contact, a lot of noise in the first, but they actually get the most done in the 7th. And they've got to make some noise now as they've blown a 6-0 lead. 2-0. Curveball high. It's 3-0. Handley 0 for 2. He walked back in the first inning. Grounded out to the mound in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 5th. 3-0 pitch. Handley hacks at it, fouls a curveball off back to the screen. Count goes to 3-1 after Handley had the green light. There's a right-hander throwing in the bullpen for Richmond. Not too intensely, just tossing. 3-1. High for ball 4. Second walk in the inning for Chris Wright. Puts a go-ahead run into scoring position for the Baysox. Now you talk about timely hit, this is where you need it. Cody Roberts with the opportunity. As it looks to be Clay Helvey getting loose for the Squirrels in the bullpen. Helvey appeared on Friday, tossed a scoreless frame. We'll see if Wright finishes out this inning, as it all depends on what Roberts does. First pitch, Roberts watches fastball for a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1 to open. Roberts has been a great hitter this season after the 6th inning. 7th inning or later, he's hitting .310. He's 0 for 1 today, a walk and a sacrifice fly. 0-1 pitch. Curveball up and away. Runs the count even, a ball and a strike. But again, Roberts on his longest skid of the season, and one of the longest, only just for any Baysox player this year. Including today, Roberts is 0 for his last 25 at the plate. 9 strikeouts, 2 walks. 1-1 offering. Grounded over to the shortstop. High bounce, could be 2. Fitzgerald to Arbach, back to Smith. The inning is over. Bowie gets 2 base runners, strands them both. As we stretch here at the Diamond, a 6-6 game. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
There's plenty going on at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, July 30th. It's the Island Luau night at the ballpark as the Baysox battle the Altoona Curve. Live music from the islands, inspirational dance performances, and more. But that's not all. It's also Maryland's worst car show. Do you own a clunker, a piece of junk on wheels? Well, here's your chance to show it off. Again, that's all on Saturday, July 30th. So head to Baysox.com to purchase tickets and find out more about registering for Maryland's worst car show. Hope to see you there.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Well, it's the most special day of the year at Prince George's Stadium, and it comes your way Friday, July 29th. It's the 23rd Navy Night, presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Join the United States Naval Academy class of 2026 and take in the Baysox as they face off against the Altoona Curve. It all comes your way on Friday, July 29th, and first pitch is scheduled for 7:05 with some fantastic post-game fireworks. The 23rd Annual Navy Night at Prince George's Stadium. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. We're on to the bottom of the 7th here in Richmond, a 6-6 ball game as Bowie is fighting for their life. After leading 6-0, the offense has shut off. They've been held hitless over the most recent 5 innings, while the Squirrels have torched Bowie for 6 runs on just 3 hits. All 3 of them home runs. Garrett Stallings is back to work for his 3rd inning of relief, trying to rebound from the 2 home runs in the 6th inning. He'll face off against the top of the lineup with Shane Matheny to open. Again, a consolation as the 2-run home run by Jacob Hayward had both runs unearned. But it's still on Stallings now to make sure that Bowie doesn't fall behind in this game when they had it well within their grasp just after 2 innings. First pitch. Matheny wants a called strike. Curveball down and inside, and the count opens up at 0-1. 1 for 3 day for Matheny. Single to right field back in the 3rd inning. 0-1 pitch. Misses under the knees, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Matheny grounded out to first base his last time up. Shift on, 1-1 pitch home. Grounded foul. Back behind the plate, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Again, Stallings is only up to 32 pitches. So, no problem for him to finish this game, considering the lengths that he's gone this year. The 1-2. Fastball misses low, and the count goes even at 2. Well, I brought this up the other day, too. Today's crew chief, Evan Johnson, who's calling the balls and strikes, he has not been a big fan of ringing batters up on called strikes. 2-2. Misses away. And the count runs full. When Johnson was behind the dish 2 days ago, there was 1 strikeout looking as the 3-2 misses up and away for ball 4. First walk given up by Stallings all month. It's not even an exaggeration. That tells you just how this zone is being called. There was only 1 called strike 3 out of a grand total of 21 strikeouts. Carter Aldrete will step in. He squares to bunt to try and advance the go-ahead run. Pitch home is called a strike on the bottom edge. It's 0-1. Pickoff throw to first. Good attempt. Good swift tag by J.D. Mundy on the grab, but it's late. We'll wait on the 0-1 pitch to Aldrete, who's 0 for 3 here in his Double-A debut. He squares again. Cesar Prieto creeps into the grass. 0-1. Bunted in the air. Stallings is there, and he lets it drop to go get the runner at first. They throw to second, but it's late. I'm not sure why Stallings went to first, probably to avoid throwing it into center field. So the sacrifice is successful. That's a little unfortunate. Three options in that play. You let it drop and go to second to get the lead runner. You risk throwing it into center field. You let it drop, go to first, and set up the opportunity to turn 2. Or you just catch it.
And that way the lead runner stays at first. Stallings took the option that led to the biggest opportunity for that sacrifice to be successful, and it ended up successful. First pitch to Diego Rincones is fouled off right side. It's 0-1. And Rincones is such a devastating batter for Baysox pitching. I legitimately would not be surprised with the way that he hits if he just stuck a dagger in my heart right now. It's a successful sacrifice bunt for Carter Aldrete. It goes 1-3. Here's the 0-1 to Rincones. Floated into center field, a base hit. It's going to give Richmond the lead. Seven unanswered runs for the Squirrels. It's 7-6. I don't understand why Diego Rincones is so successful against Bowie pitchers. I don't. RBI single for Rincones. That's his 34th run driven in this season. He's 2 for 3 in this game after going 4 for 4 yesterday and 1 for 4 in game 1. Now here's Brett Arbach. First pitch. Arbach watches a called strike. Fastball in the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. Really, there's just not much fun that can be had out of a day like this. The sweltering heat, you put on 6 runs early, that's nice and all, but then you're stuck sitting in the heat on what was looking like a blowout, only to have the offense shut down and the pitching relinquish the lead. 0-1 pitch misses down and away, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. There's just not much to be had out of a game like this. It's very unfortunate. As Richmond does have a right-hander still tossing in the bullpen. The 1-1, ripped to third but foul. Just past the coach's box, and the count to a ball and 2 strikes now on Arbach, who had the solo home run in the 6th inning off of Stallings. As Stallings sets, first base side of the rubber, and fires. Fastball up and away, and the count runs even at 2 on Arbach. And again, all of this can loop back instantly to that bunt by Aldrete. If Stallings had just caught the ball instead of letting it drop, the run would not have scored. Runner probably wouldn't have even been at third base. As the next pitch to Arbach comes in low, count is full. But instead, Stallings let it drop. Couldn't get the lead runner. And Matheny scored on Rincones' single. 3-2 to Arbach. Line right side, up the line to the corner. That's a foul ball. Watson really ran out on it. But the count holds full. Henevez in the on-deck circle for Richmond. He started the comeback bid with a 3-run home run off of Justin Armbruster in the 3rd. Runner at first, 1 away. Another 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Curveball in the dirt. That's the 2nd strikeout for Stallings today. Just the 6th overall for Baysox pitching. And now here's Henevez. One for 3 day for Henevez with the home run. Stallings got him to fly out to center field back in the 6th inning. First pitch. Henevez fouls it back to the screen. He was ahead on the changeup. Count opens up at 0-1. That's 6 consecutive first pitch strikes for Garrett Stallings, so you can't say he's not trying. Honestly, I would actually never say that about any pitcher. They're obviously always trying, but You can't say he's not being aggressive. You can't say he's not trying to be too cautious out there. He's working. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing, called a strike anyone on the outside edge. It's 0-2. But Richmond leads 7-6 after Bowie had a 6-0 lead just 2 innings into the game. 3-run home run by Genovez in the third. 3 runs on a pair of home runs in the sixth, and a go-ahead RBI single by Rinconez in this half inning. The 0-2. Curveball misses down and away, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Rinconez still at first base, and he's never been a stolen base threat, hasn't attempted one this year. And he doesn't even take that big of leads. The 1-2. Fastball misses too far inside, and the count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wind at a steady clip out to left field. The 2-2 to Genovez. Breaking ball misses down, and the count fills. Laborious inning for Stallings. He's faced 5 batters, and 3 of them have worked the count full. Rinconez will get a jump start at first base. The payoff home. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Curveball down and away for Stallings. Ends the inning, but not before Richmond takes the lead. The Bowie led 6-0, and as we go to the 8th, they trail 7-6. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
We're on to the 8th inning here at the Diamond in Richmond as Bowie needs something to go their way offensively. They led 6-0 after the second inning, but now they trail 7-6 as Richmond makes another pitching change. 8-9-1 due up against Cole Waits. Chris Wright is done. He's going to be in line for the win now that Richmond has pushed ahead. An inning and a third for Wright. No hits, no runs, a walk, or rather a strikeout, 2 walks. He worked a double play to avoid getting a runner to third. Waits takes over. Mundy will be the first batter he faces. Bowie does not have a base hit since Shane Fontana's 2 RBI single in the second inning. They've drawn 4 walks, but nothing else. First pitch to Mundy. This is down and away, a breaking ball, and the count starts out at 1-0. 0 for 2 day for Mundy. He walked back in the first inning, grounded out to second base on the first pitch he saw in the third, and struck out looking in the fifth. 1-0, popped up. Behind home, Genovese sheds, tosses the mask to the warning track, and he drops it off of his wrist, up against the wall. That will probably be an error on the catcher, extending the plate appearance. No, the umpire just says no error. Or the official score, I should say. He just said no error, so Mundy stays alive on his own merits and not on the miscue of Genovese. That would have been his first error this season. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball inside, and it's 1-2. As Waits takes over, 6'3", 180-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Lawrenceville, Georgia, 18th round selection in 2019. Fires the 1-2, and Mundy watches high. Changeup runs the count even at 2. Waits on the season for Richmond has made 11 appearances. He's gone 1-2 with a 2.77 ERA, 13 innings, 19 strikeouts, 10 walks. Has not allowed a home run. The 2-2 to Mundy. Swing and a miss. Fastball away, and Mundy's down on strikes. Waits starts his relief appearance with a strikeout. 8th overall for Richmond pitching. And now here's Zach Watson. Waits has the most saves on staff. He's converted 3 in 4 opportunities. This is a save opportunity now if he takes the final 2 innings. As Zach Watson steps up, first pitch to the number 9 batter is waved on and missed high. Fastball, and the count starts out at 0-1. 0 for 2 day, 0 for 3 day for Watson. He tried to lay down a bunt his last time up, but made incidental contact on a fastball up and in, but was still thrown out 1-3. Next pitch is a fastball away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Waits came in to pitch the 9th inning on Friday and worked a scoreless frame after walking Colton Cowser. Got 2 flyouts and a ground out after the walk. 1-1 to Watson. Swing and a miss. Fastball high, and it's 1-2. Connor Norby on deck. 1-2, swung on and missed. Back-to-back punch-outs for Waits. Watson went chasing on 3 high fastballs. Back to the top of the lineup for Norby. Base is empty. 2 away here in the top of the 8th as Bowie trails 7-6. First pitch to Norby. Swinging a piece. Fouled into the mitt. 0-1 to start. Norby 0 for 2. Hit by a pitch in the first inning. Came around to score. Flew out to right field twice. Then he walked his last time up, stole second, got to third, and was left there. He's the last runner to third base for Bowie. And the only one since the second inning. 0-1 from Waits. This is wide a breaking ball. Runs the count even at 1. A quiet afternoon here at the Diamond. As the 1-1 comes home. This is high a ball, 2-1. Again, that heat didn't really do too much to encourage fans out to the ballpark. The early offensive attack from Bowie didn't help much either. But the fans that remain at least got something that they would like as Squirrels fans, as the 2-1 is swung on and missed away. And it's 2-2. Waits sets. Third base side. Fires the 2-2. And it's lifted foul right side. Count holds. Long flowing brown hair from Waits rests on the shoulders. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. Waits strikes out the side in the 8th. Bowie has been held hitless in 6 straight innings as they continue the trail 7-6. Bottom of the 8th coming up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Moving things on to the bottom of the 8th inning here at the Diamond as Bowie makes another pitching change. It's not a pretty day for Garrett Stallings, as tough as it is to say. He'd been on such a strong run, but he's in line for a loss this afternoon as Stallings fired 3 innings and gave up 3 hits, 4 runs. 2 of them were earned. He struck out 3 and walked 1, allowed a pair of home runs. He's up to 22 on the season. As 6, 7, and 8 in the Richmond lineup are set to bat, Jake Perzino will take over for Bowie. Tyler Fitzgerald will be the first batter. Lefty on righty, and the first offering. Fitzgerald watches fastball miss wide, and the count starts out at 1-0. Here's the next. Swing and a miss, curveball down, it's 1-1. Brzezina, a 6-foot, 190-pound left-hander, 31st round draft selection in 2019 from Seattle University. Has had intermittent appearances with the Baysox as the 1-1 comes home, and it's swung on and missed inside, a slider that time, it's 1-2. This is only his 5th appearance overall. He's allowed 2 runs in 6 innings. He's gone 1-0, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. 1-2. This is wide. Count runs even at 2 on Fitzgerald, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Ground out, fly out, pop out has been his story. Here's the 2-2 offering. Called strike 3. Breaking ball inside in a rare backwards K. With Evan Johnson as the crew chief behind the plate over the last 2 of the last 3 games, Bowie had struck out 18 batters. All of them were swinging. Brzezina picks up the first looking. Here's Armani Smith, first pitch. Fouled off, right side. And the count opens up at 0-1. Smith is 1 for 3 on the day, singled up the middle in the 2nd inning. Grounded out to third base back in the 4th, reached on an error in the 6th. Cesar Prieto threw the ball to first a little bit too high. And that doomed Bowie, the 0-1. Swing and a miss inside. And the count is 0-2. That throwing error by Prieto, if it was just a little bit lower, or even if J.D. Mundy had jumped off of the bag to catch it instead of trying to keep his foot on the bag. Smith was nowhere near the bag when Mundy had it bounce past. The 0-2 is fouled off of the batter and the count holds. But Mundy tried to stay on the bag and the ball just sailed right by him. If something had gone proper to retire Smith, the inning would have been over. Jacob Hayward would not have hit the game-tying 2-run home run. And Bowie would still probably be leading 6-4 right now, but instead they trail 7-6. Another 0-2 to Smith. Knuckled foul, in on the hands and back to the screen. So Smith remains. Another one from Przina. Slider, fisted, up the first base line, slicing and going foul. Smith at least sticking with it. That's 3 straight pitches fouled off. Another 0-2. Popped him up. Left side out towards shallow left. Ortiz fighting the sun. Seems to have it and clutches it. He had his hand closed the entire time to shade his eyes from the sun, Joey Ortiz, and at the last moment opened the glove and snapped it right closed, making the catch. Now here's Jacob Hayward as Richmond has one final right-hander up and throwing in their bullpen. Blake Rivera will come out for a save situation. Here's Jacob Hayward, first pitch. Misses wide, breaking ball. And the count starts out at 1-0. Hayward had the game-tying blast. The 1-0 pitch. Slider down and in, it's 2-0. Moonshot off of the scoreboard in left field. The back of the napkin calculations from the PR crew here in Richmond say that that's the 3rd scoreboard home run in the last 2 years. That's it. Next pitch to Hayward misses wide. And the count to 3-0 on the right-hander. It is only the 4th home run of the season for Hayward. 3-0. Called a strike. Fastball at the knees. Count to 3-1. So Bowie will have 3 outs to try and tie the game in the top of the 9th. Colton Cowser will lead it off, then Cesar Prieto and Joey Ortiz. The 3-1 pitch. Popped him up, foul, right side. Gets out of play once more. And it fills the count up on Hayward. Przina sets, brings ball in glove up to the chin, steps back, kicks high, fires the 3-2, and it's away for ball 4. First walk given up by Przina, 4th overall for Bowie pitching. And it prolongs the inning. I do want to see. Maybe today's just an anomaly, an outlier, but really feeling like Bowie has had a lot of trouble when it comes with some of these put-downs. First pitch to Franklin Labor misses up and away. And the count starts out at 1-0. So while Bowie doesn't actually walk too many batters with 2 outs this season, they do strike out the 3rd fewest batters with 2 outs this season. Next pitch, swing and a miss, high fastball. And the count goes even at a ball and a strike. 0 for 3 day for Labor. He's flown out twice, once to left, once to right. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Too far outside on a slider. Count runs to a ball and 2 strikes now. Bowie does give up a lot of base hits with 2 outs. 2nd highest batting average against in the Eastern League. 2nd most hits allowed, just in general. 1-2, floated out to deep right. Watson running back, curling around on it, but he's got it read. Runs in and makes the catch. So the inning is over. Bowie has one last chance to avoid what would be a bit of a deflating loss. as they trail 7-6. We go to the ninth. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
There's plenty going on at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, July 30th. It's the Island Luau night at the ballpark as the Baysox battle the Altoona Curve. Live music from the islands, inspirational dance performances, and more. But that's not all. It's also Maryland's worst car show. Do you own a clunker, a piece of junk on wheels? Well, here's your chance to show it off. Again, that's all on Saturday, July 30th. So head to Baysox.com to purchase tickets and find out more about registering for Maryland's worst car show. Hope to see you there.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 22nd through 25th for the induction of Bud Fowler, Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Buck O'Neill, and David Ortiz as the class of 2022. Visit baseballhall.org today for the
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Well, we go to the ninth. It's Bowie's last chance to break out of a slump that's plagued them for 6 consecutive innings. After putting on 6 runs over the first 2 frames, Bowie has been held without a hit since and has blown the 6-0 lead all at the same time. 7-6 Richmond leads as the Squirrels make one final pitching change headed into the 9th inning. Blake Rivera will take over. Cole Waits is done. It's a hold for the right-hander. Waits fired a perfect 8th inning, struck out the side. That's it. As Rivera takes over to face off against 2, 3, and 4 in the Bowie lineup, starting with Colton Cowser. Rivera, a 6'4", 225-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Smith's Station, Alabama. 4th-round draft selection in 2018. On the season for Richmond, has made 25 appearances in relief. A 4-3 record, a 2.89 ERA, 43 2/3 innings, 43 strikeouts, 21 walks. He's allowed 2 home runs, and he's converted his only save opportunity of the year. First pitch to Cowser. Fastball misses high, and the count starts out at 1-0. This is a save opportunity, of course, a 1-run game. Cowser, 0 for 2 on the day. Hit by pitch and a walk. The 1-0. Fastball again high. Count goes to 2-0. Cowser grounded out to first. His last time up. After him, it'll be Cesar Prieto. And then Joey Ortiz to bat. Prieto has 2 hits on the day. He's in the on-deck circle. 2-0 to Cowser. Fastball called a strike. Upper inside corner, and it's 2-1. Well, this ballpark is, of course, notable for its friendliness to the pitchers. The 2-1 pitch. Called a strike. Change up outside edge. It's 2-2. But Bowie has just had no luck at this facility. Their 9th game here this year, they have 1 home run. The 2-2. Breaking ball misses high, and it runs full on Colton Cowser. They do have 2. I've made a mistake. Gunnar Anderson, Jordan Westberg have the only 2. Next offering, swing and a miss for strike 3. Cowser chased on a breaking ball, slider, down and in near his ankles. Strikes out on the full count offering. And Bowie's down to their final 2 outs. Here's Cesar Prieto. Left-hander 2 for 4 on the day. First pitch. Change up called for strike. Top half. It's 0-1. RBI double and a run scored for Prieto in the first. A single and a run scored in the second. The 0-1. Change up, just misses a bit high. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Prieto popped out to second in the second, grounded out to, or popped out to second in the fourth, I should say, grounded out to short in the sixth. The 1-1 pitch. Popped him up again, this time left side. Shallow left as the shortstop Fitzgerald sprints, but it's Hayward in left field to make the catch. Bowie's down to their final out. Here's Joey Ortiz. Infield single and a run scored in the first. He walked in the seventh, his last time up. 1 for 3 overall in the day. Bases empty, 2 outs in the top of the ninth as Bowie trails 7-6. First pitch fouled off. Hit it to the right side, and it's 0-1 to start. Now again, the last time that Bowie is at this ballpark this season. I feel as if they're going to be glad for that. The 0-1 pitch. Nearly clips Ortiz. Breaking ball, sails up and in. Count runs even at a ball and a strike. So it's 2 straight series for the Baysox, in which they've had deflating ends while on the cusp of a sweep. The 1-1. Breaking ball called for strike, and it's 1-2. Bowie had Akron on the ropes, taking 4 of 5, but then got shut out a week ago today. Had a 6-0 lead on the sweep here, but now they trail 7-6, and the 1-2 pitch is fouled off, right side. Ortiz gets a chance at another one. Fans to their feet, clapping in the rhythm. As Rivera sets, turns, fires the 1-2, and it's swung on and just dribbled. Foul, third base. Doesn't even really get outside of the circle. I think Ortiz might have fouled that a little bit off of his ankle as well. As the count holds at a ball and 2 strikes. Rivera tries once more to log the save. A third 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Misses away. Keen eye from Ortiz there as the count evens at 2. Rivera delivers. Popped up, foul, behind home plate, headed our way. It's behind the screen as the count remains. This next pitch will be the 8th of the plate appearance as Bowie has been down to their final strike. Another 2-2. Check swing, down in the dirt. They'll appeal. Ortiz didn't go. Curveball runs the count full. Ortiz could get on base and represent a tying run for Shane Fontana. The 3-2 pitch. Up and away for ball 4. A fastball misses, and Ortiz, after falling behind a ball and 2 strikes, works a 9-pitch plate appearance to a 2-out walk, his second walk drawn of the day, and gives Bowie maybe a small semblance of life. Shane Fontana had the last Baysox hit. It was back in the 2nd inning. 3 trips through the order without a hit for Bowie. As they're still on the ropes. Runner at first, 2 away in the top of the 9th. Bowie trails 7-6. First pitch to Fontana. Inside, a fastball. Count starts out at 1-0. After his 2 RBI single in the second inning for Fontana, that was the last hit. He struck out twice, once in the 5th, once in the 7th. Here's the 1-0. Fontana watches fastball miss high, and the count goes to 2-0. Bowie does have a right-hander standing on the mound of the bullpen. Not throwing just yet. Looks to be Griffin McClarty. Now he's tossing. The 2-0 pitch. Fontana grounds it foul, first base side. Shadows have started to push a little bit off of the umpire and the catcher, but everywhere else still basking in the warmth. The 2-1 to Fontana. Curveball, called a strike on the outside edge, and it's 2-2. Bowie had a 6-0 lead after 2 innings. They've not collected a hit since. Runner at first, 2 outs in the top of the 9th as they trail 7-6. The 2-2 to Fontana, check swing, inside. Another curveball. Back-to-back full counts from Rivera. He's up to 25 pitches in this inning. Ortiz will get a head start at first base, representing the tying run. They look for low and away. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. The Baysox are held without a hit over the last 6 innings of the game and blow a 6-0 lead. They miss out on the series sweep over Richmond, losing on Sunday 7-6. We'll step aside, be back after this, and get you some of the key highlights out of this one, recap it, and look ahead to what's next for Bowie with Baysox postgame. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Savanas.
Well, a Sunday that had every look of a good start to a series sweep ended up not going that way. I've used the word deflating a handful of times this season for the Baysox, but a day like today, a rare opportunity for a word that I'm not necessarily proud to use too often, but today was a bit embarrassing for Bowie, as they come in with a 6-0 lead after just 2 innings, and then are held without a hit for the final 6 innings of the game, the final 7 innings of the game, rather, and fall, blowing the 6-0 lead to Richmond, falling 7-6, missing out on their first series sweep of the season. As we get rolling with Baysox postgame, Matt Sabatis with you from the Diamond in Richmond. It's the last time Bowie will be at this ballpark this season, thankfully, as Bowie only won 3 of the 9 games played at this facility across the season. They will turn their attention to Altoona next week, but for now, we've got a little bit to talk about on this game. We'll recap this one in depth, then look around the Eastern League, see how this loss is going to hurt Bowie in the standings. Fortunately for them, since they came into today a game and a half ahead of the pack in the Eastern League, they will not drop out of first place, but they will fall a little bit closer to the rest of the pack, and that's never good. As we start with the recap of this one, you got some good highlights to start and some tough highlights to end. We go all the way back in time to the faraway land of 138 when first pitch came home from Kai-Tae Wang to Connor Norby. It was a foul ball right side, and eventually Norby was hit by a pitch. He moved to second on a wild pitch, and Cesar Prieto quickly opened the scoring for Bowie with a double. The 2-2 offering. Prieto rips it out toward the right field corner. Labor sprinting on it, but it's sailing over his head and bounces off the warning track against the wall. Norby cruises around third base and scores easily. Prieto points to the dugout as they cheer him on with the double. 12th of the season for Cesar, an RBI two-bagger, his 18th of the year, and Bowie leads 1-0. Baysox were nowhere near done from there because after Joey Ortiz had an infield single to push Prieto to third, Shane Fontana followed up and continued what's been a hot stretch. Pitch home. Fontana serves it to short and over the leaping glove of Tyler Fitzgerald into center field. Into second base Ortiz, Cesar Prieto scores, an RBI single for Shane Fontana. He's got 4 runs batted in his last 4 plate appearances. The Baysox lead 2-0. But we still wasn't done, however, because after Maverick Handley drew a walk, that loaded the bases. Cody Roberts followed. While he has been on a bit of a slow skid, he was still able to produce. The 1-0 pitch. Curveball lifted out toward deep right center field. Could score the run as Matheny camps, now Labor camps, and it's the right fielder to make the catch. He'll rip a bullet home, but it's just late. Joey Ortiz tags and scores, and the Baysox lead 3-0. But we still wasn't done in that first inning as Kaiwei Tang, I think it might have been the heat. The heat just got you today. It was a real field temperature of 109 at the start of this game, and that just led to oodles of sweat pouring from every single player on the field. Eventually, the umpires granted a towel to just kind of be left on the back of the mound for every pitcher to use, and I hope they cycled through it a little bit, but Tang clearly had trouble gripping the ball. A lot of his pitches were going wild, and it eventually led to a run. 1-1. Mundy flinches on it inside, it skips away, rolls up the line, and Fontana will book it home. A wild pitch and a run scored as Handley moves to second base. It's 4-0 Bowie. So the 4-run first for Bowie, 36 pitches for Kaiwei Tang in that first inning. After Justin Armbruster put on a scoreless first around a 2-out single and walk, the Baysox got it going again in the second after a flyout and a strikeout. Shane Fontana came up with 2 outs and drove in a pair in Cedar Rapids. That was the low A at the time. 1-0. Ripped right side base hit. Fontana's got another. RBI single as Kauser scores. Prieto rounds third. He's coming home. He scores. 2 RBI knock for Shane Fontana. It's a 3-ribby day for the lefty. And Bowie bumps the lead up to 6-0 here in the second. We didn't know it then, but we know it now. That single by Shane Fontana was the last Bowie hit all day. We would go the final 7 innings, 7 1/3 really, without getting a base hit. They draw plenty of walks, but couldn't get that key hit. And that was all that Richmond needed. As they started their attack, a slow march on Justin Armbruster and Garrett Stallings. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, after a single, a fielder's choice, and a walk, Ricardo Genovez found a pitch to hit and broke out to cut a 6-0 lead in half. And action as Genovez has some action here. A line drive out to left field. This one's gone. Wow. Richmond is in the game. It's 6-3. So Armbruster would finish that frame and pitch a perfect 4th inning, as a matter of fact. But with Garrett Stallings in the wings, with how hot he'd been running, there was no problem going to him for the final 5 innings. And Stallings looked like he was going to continue with a perfect 5th. But in the 6th, that's when the cracks finally started to show. After 16 consecutive scoreless innings for Garrett Stallings, Brett Arbach finally ended the streak. He's allowed only 1 run in the month of July. The 1-0. This one smashed. Might be the second run as Fontana drifts back and watches it exit. A solo home run for Brett Arbach, his 10th of the season, and that breaks up Stallings' excellent scoreless streak at 16 consecutive innings. Richmond is a run closer, but Bowie still leads 6-4. After 2 quick outs, Stallings looked like he was going to get out of the frame, but Armani Smith hit a ground ball to third base. Cesar Prieto picked it and threw it to first a little bit high. It hit off of J.D. Mundy's glove, but Mundy could have jumped a little bit high for it. Mundy made the smart decision to try and keep his foot on the bag, but he really didn't need to. Smith was not hustling up the line. If Mundy had jumped off of the bag and caught the ball, he could have landed back on the bag and easily still beaten the runner. But Mundy elected not to jump. The ball was off his glove, and Smith was aboard on an error. That put the tying run at the plate and extended the inning after what should have been the third out. With that new life, Jacob Hayward made the most of the opportunity and tied the game. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball lifted out to deep left field. Fontana has no chance. A game-tying 2-run home run for Jacob Hayward. It's 6-6. Both of those were against Garrett Stallings. He is up to 22 home runs on the season, and as the game moved into the bottom of the 7th, Stallings ran into more trouble. Shane Matheny drew a walk to open the frame, and Carter Aldrete tried to sacrifice him to second base with a bunt, but the bunt was popped up to the mound. Stallings had a decision to make with that bunt in the air. He could catch the ball and just record the surefire out. He could let the ball drop in and go to second base, get the lead runner, the speedier runner, but risk throwing the ball into center field, or he could let the ball drop, go to first base, and try to turn a double play. He tried to go to first base, let the ball drop, went to first, but Matheny beat out the throw to second because Stallings was too slow in getting it to first base. So Matheny was at second base after what was eventually a sacrifice bunt. And that runner at second was pivotal because Diego Rincones, the Baysox shredder, came up and did it again. Here's the 0-1 to Rincones. Floated into center field, a base hit. It's going to give Richmond the lead. Seven unanswered runs for the Squirrels. It's 7-6. That was really all it was. Because, again, there's no Baysox highlights after the second inning. Bowie did not collect a hit for the final 7 1/3. They did draw walks, plenty of walks. 6 walks over those final 6 innings, including 2 walks in the 7th. But nothing would happen. As Bowie did get a tying run on base in the 9th with Joey Ortiz, Shane Fontana battled valiantly with Blake Rivera to try and get something, and it just wasn't bound to happen. Ortiz will get a head start at first base, representing the tying run. They look for low and away. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. The Baysox are held without a hit over the last 6 innings of the game and blow a 6-0 lead. They miss out on the series sweep over Richmond, losing on Sunday 7-6. And I was even mistaken on that, because it wasn't the last 6 innings, the last 7 1/3. Your final box score: Bowie scores 6 runs on 5 hits with 1 error. They left on 8. Richmond scores 7 runs on 7 hits with no errors. They left on 5. Chris Wright is the winning pitcher. He moves to 3-1. Garrett Stallings is the losing pitcher. He falls to 3-8. Blake Rivera picks up the save. It's his 2nd of the year, as the game was played in 2 hours and 55 minutes in front of a paid attendance here at the Diamond of 3,565. With the loss, Bowie falls to 40-49. They're on a 1-game losing streak and now 17-28 on the road. And after picking up the 1-run win last night, they fall to 14-19 in 1-run games. With the win, Richmond moves to 47-43. That was a needed win for the Squirrels, as it breaks their 6-game skid. They're now 26-19 when playing in front of home crowds, and 12-12 in games decided by 1 run. Bowie falls to 13-7 in the second half. Richmond increases to 7-14. Two sides will still meet again this season. Richmond does have one more trip to Prince George's Stadium this year. It comes on September 6th. Goes for the week into the 11th. For the last time this year, as these two sides will face off, it will decide who wins the season series, as the two sides have each won 9 of the 18 games played. But for now, Bowie turns their attention to Altoona. The Curve will come to town on Tuesday, and we can preview that game in a little bit. But for now, we break. When we come back, we'll see how this loss hurts Bowie in the standings. Again, they won't fall out of first place, but it looks like they will be a little bit closer to second. We'll get you the full rundown of the scoreboards when we return. You're listening to Baysox Postgame.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With two of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the D.C. area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Well, it's the most special day of the year at Prince George's Stadium, and it comes your way Friday, July 29th. It's the 23rd Navy Night, presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Join the United States Naval Academy class of 2026 and take in the Baysox as they face off against the Altoona Curve. It all comes your way on Friday, July 29th, and first pitch is scheduled for 7:05 with some fantastic post-game fireworks. The 23rd Annual Navy Night at Prince George's Stadium. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Back to the diamond one final time this afternoon as we get ready to conclude Baysox postgame. Matt Sabatis with you from Richmond, Virginia, following a tough-to-swallow 7-6 loss for Bowie at the hands of Richmond. Of course, though, with Bowie's game-and-a-half lead in the Southwest Division for the second half, they will not fall out of first place with this loss. But, sad to say for them, they will be back within only one half game of the next closest team. Because as we take a quick look around the rest of the Eastern League, every other team that had gotten underway has already closed. Reading and Somerset will get started at 5:05, so about 15 minutes from now, so we can talk about that later. We don't even really need to talk about it because it's in the Northeast, too. But games inconsequential to Bowie. New Hampshire put on 9 runs over Portland to just squeak away with a 9-7 win. Hartford bullied Binghamton today, 5 runs in the 7th inning to overcome what was a 5-2 deficit at one point. Hartford picks up the 10-6 win there. And Altoona having an interesting game with the Harrisburg Senators as Altoona was trying to avoid the sweep themselves. Harrisburg was coming out of the break firing. Altoona put on a run in the first and... Well, actually, Harrisburg put on a run in the first, but Altoona tied it in the third, and then each side with a run in the 8th to keep it at 2 going into the 10th. Altoona scored their free runner at second base in the 10th inning and kept Harrisburg quiet in the bottom of the frame to pick up the win 3-2 in extra innings. So that means Bowie will fall a full game in the standings, but they will still maintain their lead. First place Baysox will be one half game against the ahead of Altoona and one full game ahead of Erie, going into Tuesday's 6-game series with the Curve. So that will be a pivotal set at Prince George's Stadium, the first time that Altoona makes the trip to Bowie this year. Around the Orioles organization, there's only one game in action, and it's Aberdeen. They just finished off a 3-run 6th inning to overcome from a 4-3 deficit. They now lead 6-4 over Greenville. That's the Red Sox affiliate down in South Carolina. And then the other 2 affiliates will get going at 5:05. Delmarva hosting Fredericksburg still, as the Shorebirds look to avoid a sweep. Durham is still hosting the Norfolk Tides, just south of us in North Carolina. But of course, the score we care about most on this production is that of Bowie's, and just hurts to say that it wasn't a good one today. Bowie led 6-0 and lose 7-6. Baysox are back at it on Tuesday as they open up a 6-game set with the Altoona Curve. 6:35 our first pitch, which means our DCA Imaging Systems pregame show goes live at 6:15. Ryan Watson gets the start for Bowie. Right-hander is 5-5 with a 3.77 ERA. Carmen Mojinski will get the start for Altoona. Right-hander is 3-5 with a 4.45 ERA. That'll do it for us, though. We say so long this afternoon from the Diamond. Matt Sabatis saying thank you so much for stopping by. I just wish we could have gotten you a winner. As Bowie falls to Richmond today, 7-6. We'll talk to you on Tuesday.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game, and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.